First try.
37th try or whatever.
First time for this episode, for sure.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Calm Down, It's Fine podcast. We covet that finger of yours hitting that play button.
Yep.
We also covet that finger of yours going to the subscribe, like, comment, review.
All of those.
If they're positive.
Yes.
Or support. That support button. Anyways, we're all here. We're all here together. The originals.
The originals.
Oh, jeez.
Enjoy this episode of the Calm Down, It's Fine podcast.
Oh, how are they playing football with all that lightning?
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's just dangerous.
How'd the
And these
car
cars
come out
are
of the
just flying out
time
of the
portal?
time.
Like
thing.
Dustin said, well, how do they have all the money?
Man,
Wow. I tell you what, Mercedes really makes the big bucks.
they're really changing the future right there.
Yeah.
They are.
Wow.
They are slightly.
Look at that. That is
It's a
insane.
sentient Mercedes-Benz logo.
This is the best halftime show I've ever seen.
This is the dumbest commercial of all time.
So for context, we have the national championship on. We've just dated our podcast. We're not dating anymore, but we're dating the podcast.
We courted the podcast.
Yeah, and the national championship is on. TCU is currently getting smacked by Georgia. But who cares? No one likes either team. Just lost some Georgia. No, Alabama. Ellie's from Alabama. You know, we should read Ellie's email that she sent you.
The one from
Go for it.
2 months
I'm
ago.
gonna read it. Here we go.
This is it.
Might as well. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yep.
Wait, Ellie.
Probably doesn't know what this podcast is anymore.
Ellie.
Does she still listen?
I haven't. I think we scared her away. Did we trashed her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We being you, yeah.
To be.
I didn't. Me? I trashed her.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Sicko.
Okay.
Let me.
You're the one steering this ship.
Yeah.
Careful.
Everything rises on leadership, they say. And falls.
Did you hear Brother Ed on that last episode after it went off? He said, "My kids can't listen because it's PG-13." I was like, I was like, well, this is what we're saying. It might not be, but you've got pastors who won't let their kids listen.
Yikes.
But there are pastors who we know of that do let their kids listen to it. So
But to be honest,
There's
his
a
kid-
pastor we know of who listens to it with his son.
yes, we met youth rally.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that our podcast?
That's
would
who I
become
was thinking
a
of
meat
specifically.
issue?
A meat issue.
Meat issue right here.
Here, let me.
Yeah. Who's the weaker brethren?
Oh, here it is. Some baked goods.
Well,
We already know.
Someone told me our podcast says because every podcast has like a agenda or whatever. Most
An agenda?
podcasts, like Baptist podcasts, they have like an agenda. Like
Wait.
it's a certain
like
There
a
you
sort and flow
Oh.
or an agenda, like a motive we're trying to push.
motive.
We got to
Motive.
run it back.
A motive. We're trying to. We're this crowd, and we're trying to whatever.
Oh,
What's
what
your
camp,
motive?
What camp we're aiming for?
Yeah. Or
What's your hidden motive,
all
Cameron?
of them.
he said all podcasts have this. He's like, your podcast says peace.
Well,
Ours,
He's like, yours. Yeah, our podcast is an olive branch podcast. Like, we literally are just trying to say to everyone, peace, and
Yeah.
we're just going to literally
calm
whatever
down.
comes to the dome.
Yeah, listen, I don't
equally,
care.
equally trash.
Just like the
everything.
one
Yeah, I
guy
was gonna say,
said.
I don't care what camp you're from, what circle you're a part of. I will make fun of all of you.
every last one,
And ourselves.
man, woman, child.
And we have. Was this it? This is the This is the one. All right. Yeah, this is it.
Ellie's email.
Yep. Here we go.
Dude,
right.
hold up, man, dude.
Hold on.
Do we have
The
a
build
drum
up
roll?
on this
Can we
is
get a-
crazy.
Can we get applause?
This is from October 4th.
The build up on this is
Is there a
insane.
gun in here?
I was
We're
20.
different people. We are different people. That's how much time has passed.
I was a younger man back then.
All right.
I was.
Here
I
we
was a
go.
single man back then. Wow.
For those of you who don't know the feud between Elizabeth Payton and Dustin Sadoff, just go back and scan through until you find it. Here we go. I wasn't going to respond to every episode, but y'all keep bringing me up. Emoji eye roll. So popular. Popular. You're gonna be popular.
We didn't even do video when she sent this in.
No.
No.
Please don't feel like y'all have to read this whole email on air at all. My feelings will not be hurt. Subsequently, we didn't read this. Never heard from her.
didn't. So I think we did Sorry.
So that's when we stopped.
This will be good. This will be a good experiment
even
to see
the-
if she still listens.
Well,
to
no,
the
no, no, no.
podcast.
But the thing is, we've talked about her since then, and be like, I wonder if she still listens.
It's like
and she said
Ellie's
nothing.
sort of like
so,
a byword
yeah.
for you. Like she's done nothing wrong. She's done nothing but literally tell us, "I love you guys' podcast."
Except for that.
Look right in the camera.
Look at me, woman.
Look at it.
Look me in
Straight into
eyes.
the eye
Look-
of Satan's.
I want to move it, but I can't move it back. Look at me. I'm coming for you. Go.
Stupid.
the energy
Go.
levels are off the
Go.
charts.
Give me the darn possum.
Tripod the possum
All right.
over here.
Lord, give me strength.
Oh.
Ah, rats.
She says, starts off the next paragraph that we never got to. Here it is. And no, Dustin. No, Dustin, I have never been desperate enough to visit Ladonia.
I don't
Alabama.
even know what that's in-
Ladonia.
Ladonia,
I don't even know what
Alabama.
that's in
That place
reference
is
to.
weird.
That is up by Auburn, which is probably the weirdest and rudest part of the state. I can't believe Alabama will still allow Auburn to say it's from Alabama. Literally every person I've met from that area is rude, stuck up, and weird.
True.
Oh no, common ground. So if we would have
Is
read
this-
this way
is
back
this-
then.
Listen, it's really
Is
weird.
this amends
So like,
being made?
look. So you have Auburn, and then the rest of Alabama. Everyone in Alabama hates Auburn, and everyone in Auburn just says that they're part of Alabama, and it's a really. But everyone I've ever met from Alabama is a stuck up, like snooty, rich snob.
Time out,
They're
time
all
out.
terrible.
Auburn or
Time out.
from
They're all
Auburn,
rich, but they
Auburn.
all make
So,
50 grand a year,
I have
which
a
in that
question.
area is rich.
That area
You
is
said
rich.
you said that all of the people in Auburn, which is part of Alabama, say they all say
They're
that
like
they're part of
so
Alabama.
like because there's like you have
That is how
it's you have
cities and
two.
states work.
yeah, I was about to say.
No. What I'm saying is that like their claim is they're all like they're like they want to like claim themselves as Alabamians, but
They
compared to
are.
the rest of the state,
So
the
they're
rest of the
respectable
state,
Southerners.
the rest of the state disowns them because it's Auburn versus Alabama, like football teams,
Yeah.
Auburn.
Feel like. And the Auburn football team is garbage.
Well,
like
yeah.
I don't watch football, but I know enough living in Georgia that Auburn is trash.
Yeah, Auburn is streaky because they will beat Alabama every once in a while, and it's like, they were at the national championship, but they did pretty good a few years ago. I don't know what they've been doing lately. All right, so
Can you just hate Auburn with me? Is it so hard?
Cam Newton came
I
from
don't.
Auburn.
I don't know them. I don't know them.
Oh, sorry,
Jerry.
Jerry.
No,
So
He's fine.
no,
Jeff.
Dustin, I've never literally every person I've ever met has been stuck up.
Yep.
Or stuck up
Correct.
weird. So if that's the only experience you've had with Alabama, no wonder you have a negative opinion. Bless it.
God.
I think she just
Did
cursed.
she say bless it? Did she
Bless it.
actually say bless
She
it?
said bless it.
Bless it.
Should bless it
All right,
or
I'm
bless
from the Dothan area.
Okay.
Dothan.
I actually think you would probably like it since you are a farmer and seem to be about as country as someone from D can be. Well, it seems like she's extending the olive branch back in October.
Trying to
We
build
just sort
bridges.
of- we just sort of.
You've
I just kind of disowned her.
yeah,
Yeah.
you've been
You're right off.
cursing.
All
her
right,
name.
Cam.
All right, misread that one. Sorry.
All right, Cameron. Yes, I can sew. I don't even know the context of all this.
Yeah, this
Forget
been so
it.
Like sow seeds.
I said sew something. Being from
That's the
Alabama,
gospel.
assuming she sewed, I said something about like sewing. or
And you
whatever.
will reap what you sow.
So, but actually, when y'all were discussing the whole hooded
good.
suit jacket thing, I had a different solution. Maybe good, maybe not. I cannot relate to the struggle in any way. It's totally a guy problem. But my idea was to make a waterproof pocket inside the jacket and then custom make a clear poncho jacket that fits over your suit jacket, but as a hood. So it's a clear waterproof version of the suit jacket, but with a hood. That way, people could still see your dapper attire underneath the waterproof jacket, and you don't have to sit through church with a wet hood on your back. And then also make it to where it folds back up to fit into the pocket perfectly, so it isn't bulky or anything. And to be clear, this is covering the issue of standing in the rain, whole dressed in a suit. I won't even say anything about the fact that you all want to hear a hoodie. You want to wear a hoodie to church. I'm sorry I can't write a short email, I guess. Congrats on y'all's baby, Cam and Kayla. I feel like there was another one.
You
we
were
didn't
So
know.
her solution
You were saying to
for the
sew
hooded
a hood.
sweatshirt is
A
a
poncho.
poncho? Well, that's already a thing.
Clear
A
poncho.
clear poncho.
Oh,
Clear, but not
shaking
like
up the industry.
Yep. Made out of glass.
That would be so heavy.
Yeah. And
But
pointless.
then it still begs the question that I have to then wear two things.
It's also true.
What she was saying that would
get
fold
a
up and go in
ring.
the pocket, I think is what
Yeah,
she
but
was
that still
saying.
implies me having
But
to
that
take,
means that when he
I might
walks
as well just
in,
get a jacket.
he would still have to take it off.
I just want the hood. I mean, I don't even care if it's
She
practical.
did
want
send one more email.
Waterproof suit jacket with a hood.
Y'all missed some great content by not read my last email.
But she said she wouldn't be
Just saying, yeah. And that was the last time we've heard from her.
offended.
So
You still there?
back to the poncho. She's trying to make a clear poncho, which doesn't really solve the issue that you had.
No, the issue is that we don't have a hood and we want one.
No, you're just saying just wear a poncho to church.
And then she
What standard is
and
that
then
set?
she looked down on us for suggesting someone would have a hood attached to their attire in attendance of a church service.
I think
Yeah.
that it would make one more spiritual having a hood than versus not having a hood.
It's definitely got like a cultish vibe to it.
Cam's
Or a Batman
this
vibe.
with the TV.
He's mad.
We were getting distracted.
No, my wife was asking me if she's upstairs and the TV on down here, you can only have so many accounts on because we don't have TV. It's like a Fire Stick.
Yeah.
Well,
So what do you
okay.
like, so would you do like one account at a time or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The same
I
account.
think we're
it
on
just
her
could be on one
mom's
TV.
account.
app.
okay.
I don't even have one. She like signed into hers, and they're probably watching.
I
the
think
game.
it's funny how,
she's trying
like-
to watch the game. The game's on down here. Just too many. Accounts.
Now that you have all these streaming platforms, most people don't have their own like
all
account
stealing.
for everything. You're stealing from like this
all
is from my buddy I met once while I was
Netflix
away
is changing
on
that.
vacation.
Netflix
Oh, they are?
was like
You have to,
only like 2 now.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they're also doing it by IP address. All your accounts have to be in the same location.
Yeah, they're cracking down on the people who share accounts. Why are
That's
you
kind of
doing
sad.
so?
I've been using my mom's
My
Netflix
mom,
for years,
yeah, my mom uses my aunt's Netflix.
Yeah.
and my
So-
mom uses my Spotify. I think. So
Honestly, I think it'll end up hurting them in the long run because, like, for a lot of people, Netflix isn't worth paying for.
yeah.
But if
Yeah.
they have a
You can just
family
pirate
member
online.
that you can, if they have a family member that you can just be on their account, then
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when it comes to paying for anything on your phone, people get really tightwaddish. You know, like there's people who like are willing to spend like like $100 on a video game, the deluxe whatever, but they don't want to spend $1.29 on a game on your phone. They'll play the free version for as long as it'll let them.
I am
personal
the
story?
free version.
No, I'm just like I think it like my friend when I was in the army. There's a card game, Exploding Kittens. It's like it's
Yeah.
it's stupid funny,
It's
but
fun.
it's a strategy game. It's like $5. Mm-hmm. And you have the whole game. You can play with your friends. I was trying to get my friends to buy it when we were away at West Point, and they were like, "No, dude, it's like $5." I was like, "You spent $70 last night on yourself at Red Lobster. You want
yeah.
$5? I'll buy it for you." They would. So none of them. I had bought it all for them so we could play together, and they thought it was the funnest game ever.
It's
like this
it's
is
one of those
stupid.
things like
We
I'm-
should.
Man, can we
I
get a-
think we should do that around here at some point. Play a game.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
I-
we- yeah.
Actually, since we bring that up, Nikki has a game.
Yeah.
It's called the best friend game or something like that, and it's kind of like that game where like you answer questions and then everybody has to guess what your answer is
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the specific question. But like some of the questions were like funny, so Nikki has it. I forget how exactly she came
I
across
have
to having
Uno cards in my car.
it, but she said,
I have Uno cards in my car.
but she said it would probably it might be a good game to play on.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Too bad we have good thoughts too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we do have actually one book that we're going to start reading tonight.
Amen.
Amen.
I think we read a couple chapters a week.
My New Year's resolution
Yep.
was to better myself and my cat. So I bought How to Talk to Your Cat About Gun Safety
Cats are-
and Abstinence, Drugs, Satanism, and Other Dangers That Threaten Their 9 Lives.
Read the index or whatever.
On the back.
In the front. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Is there
The cats of
dedication?
America
The glossary,
are
what's it
under
called?
siege.
You mean like the table of contents?
Yeah.
That
Or what do you?
glossary index.
All right.
Yeah, how- we don't read a lot of
Introduction.
books.
How to talk to your cat about gun safety. How to talk to your cat about evolution. How to talk to your cat about abstinence. How to talk to your cat about online safety. How to talk to your cat about drugs. How to talk to your cat about puberty. How to talk to your cat about post-apocalyptic survival. How to talk to your cat about Satanism. Further reading, and then photo
Hey guys,
credits.
this book is not like. I have a book.
No wonder I would be.
I have a book in the car that says, why Calvinism
Is biblical.
is biblical, like whatever isn't biblical.
Oh,
It's just blank.
Is Calvinism
Is Calvinism
biblical?
biblical?
And
And it's
each
like a
page says
thick
no,
book, and then
no,
you open the book
no.
and it goes no, and every page is
It says no.
This is an actual.
This is
book.
an actual.
It's got
people put
100
pen to
and-
paper.
Effort.
All right, read us some, Dustin.
Okay.
joke.
It's honestly, I've read it and it's really, really good.
I gotta say advice from
Is
our
there
experts.
okay here on page 19? Is there anything that might undermine my cat's training? The number one promoter of unsafe gun habits is television. Television is replete with examples of cats, cartoon cats especially, handling firearms in an irresponsible manner that does not illustrate how potentially dangerous they can be.
Like Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry, yeah,
Explode.
they cite them specifically. Sylvester the cat from Looney Tunes are frequently the victims of and perpetrators of injury due to the improper handling of a gun, but this violence is often shown without repercussions. Cats, and more so kittens, might get the wrong idea and begin to think of firearms as a fun toy rather than as a potentially dangerous but useful and constitutionally protected tool. Be sure to explain to your cat the difference between how guns are used on TV and how they operate in the real world. There's a picture of a cat
Looking confused down at a gun. Like,
looking at a gun. There's Have
you seen the picture?
What's another?
So the
Oh, sorry.
Didn't even show me. Yeah.
See,
he's like
um,
caressing it.
and that's like
there's
you
a
know,
abstinence. That's a
advice
good one.
from our experts.
Get us a couple.
I'm trying. I'm looking.
I want
like,
to. I want to make this a thing.
Are there
Let's
any
read
ti-
through the book?
It's
let's-
page one.
Page one.
one.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
and
then
then read page one.
I got you. All right.
Next episode, we'll read another like.
Just read a page.
All right. Chapter 1.
Is there like a dedication?
How to talk to your cat about gun safety.
Here, you have to read the dedication.
Do you want me to?
Nah.
No, yeah, it's like
Nah.
2 sentences.
All right. It will take courage and it will take hard work, but armed with the knowledge contained within these pages, you and your cats can make America great again. With constant vigilance, Zachary Auburn.
Auburn.
Uh-oh. President of the American Association of
You
Patriots.
can't make that up.
Wow.
All right, get
All
to
right,
reading.
Page 1. Do I need to talk to my cat about gun safety? ? The
Yes.
first question many of you will be asking is, do I really need to teach my cat about gun safety? The answer is an unequivocal yes! The Constitution of the United States of America guarantees us the right to own and operate firearms, and that is why we must exercise in order to keep our country healthy, lest our democracy atrophy.
A
Brain
trophy.
fart, sorry. It is the duty of all American citizens as well as their cats to be able to use and maintain a firearm. Citizens who cannot handle a gun safely are as irresponsible and useless as citizens who do not own a gun at all. Americans and their homes are under attack. It is imperative. It is imperative.
I want to give them a high five for that.
Oh, that was good. They just threw it in
we have like a
PUR.
pun thing or no?
Yeah, we should.
What?
Like the
We should get one. No, yeah, we do. Nope. That
There
one.
it is.
Yep.
That was a little late.
Imperative that it is imperative that in order to ensure the future security of our country, every man, woman, child, and cat be able to defend our nation against the enemies of democracy.
All right,
Cut it.
like flip the page, like bend it over so we know where we're at.
Yeah, make that little.
Oh.
Dog ear or cat.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah.
our.
Oh, you want to
Did you
finish
finish
the
the whole
paragraph?
page?
Well, there's this, but then it can. Yeah. Do you want me to just go
finish
through
to
this,
that? Yeah.
Might as well.
Do cats really play with guns?
Hold up. Yeah, the listener said keep going.
Do cats really play with guns? Yes, absolutely yes. Even a cursory search on the internet will turn up dozens of pictures of cats playing with guns. True. Almost all handling them in an incredibly unsafe manner. The pictures scattered throughout this pamphlet are but a small sample. Look at that.
I'm done.
See?
It's a
Small sample. The tip of the iceberg that illustrates a very real danger posed by cats who are uneducated in the ways of gun safety.
Cats handling guns. Is that what I was supposed to?
Yeah, Google that.
cool. Thanks, Dustin.
Oh my goodness!
Isn't it ridiculous?
Oh my goodness! Look at this. Look at this.
They all
It's gonna go up on the screen. Yo, check out YouTube. Around 19 minutes. There's gonna be a funny.
I got that for my birthday like years ago. But this is
doesn't surprise me. So there's a guy, Michael Jr. He's a comedian, and he will on his podcast. Him and his friend they take like a serious book that Bob Goff, is that his name? He wrote a book, and it's just the guy's like an amazing guy or whatever, business millionaire, or whatever, very
I think
accomplished.
I have one of his books.
It's called like Love Can or Love Wins or something.
Yeah.
It's like a serious book.
Yes.
And like he and his friend just sit down and read the
Just destroy
book,
it.
and just the very beginning, it's just like they just laugh at it, pick it apart. Just it would be funny if we did that. Just like a really serious, not like a Christian book, but just like a, and just destroy it like he does. What do you got?
Do you want to read? Okay, this is like an about the author thing. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. About the American Association of Patriots. The American Association of Patriots was founded in 1973 by Douglas Auburn in Slayton, Texas. Douglas formed the organization in response to an illegal raid of his home by the county sheriff, who was attempting to rob him of the 34 cats he kept for protection. He recognized the action
That'd keep him out.
ordered by a town council that had become infiltrated by communist sympathizers. He was part of a plot to curb the local cat population and make it easier for Viet Cong trained spy birds to monitor his activities. He then created the AAP not only to expose traitors like the council members, but also to rally his fellow patriots to the defense of our great country. In the years since, he has worked tirelessly to defend our borders and educate our cats. The current president, or as we like to call him, Per-resident,
That's your cue.
of the-
Hit the blue button.
Boom! Of the American Association of Patriots is his grandson Zachary Auburn. Carrying on the work of Douglas, together they have published more than 300 pamphlets to help guide and enlighten our nation's cat owners, and have dedicated their lives to ensuring that the cats of America are the smartest, softest, cutest, and most deadly kitties the world has ever seen.
Well,
I love it.
amen.
So here's the thing.
Yep. They have a book coming soon, How to Talk About Your Cat About the Moon Landing Hoax.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says.
No
Are
way.
you kidding?
I'm going to look it up. Keep going.
Look that up for sure. There's a part of me that genuinely believes that maybe this man is just crazy.
Nice.
Like at first I'm like, this is clearly satire, this is a funny joke. But when you put in about the author in the back of the book, it makes me go, huh? Maybe
He
this
did have
guy-
30 cats.
He did 34 cats, of which he had for defense.
He might be on this. He might
I think
be
it was
for
just a joke.
Rizzo. Well, we should write it. We're moon landing episode coming soon. Here I have something for us. I haven't listened to this yet, but hopefully it's all I hope it can be.
Amen.
Yeah, no, that's not it. Here we go.
What is this?
Aloha.
Aloha.
This is the prayer that Jesus teaches us how to pray. And if you like, you say with me.
This is reading out of the Pigeon Bible,
the
Hawaiian Pigeon Bible, Lord's
Amen.
Prayer.
Bow our heads.
God, you are Father.
Father.
Yeah.
You stay inside the sky. We like all the people know for sure how you stay, and that you stay good and special. And we like them give you plenty respect. We like you come king for everybody now. We like everybody make just like you like. Over here inside the world, just like the angel guys up inside the sky make just like you like.
Yeah.
Give us the
took some
food we need for
pre-worship.
today and every day.
I want to see a
And
white
our
guy
shame,
reading it.
and let us go for all the kind bad stuff we do to you.
Amen.
Just like us guys let the other guys go already.
Yeah.
I want
And
to
we
see a
know
white
some
guy.
Other
do
guys
with
go
them
already.
for all the kind bad stuff they do to us. No, let us get chance for do bad kind stuff, but take us out of there. So the bad guy.
Yo.
I was
That's
getting a
good.
real blessing out of
I
that.
was
Yeah,
catching a
bro. I
blessing
took some
there.
pre-worship before we started recording,
Oh, I don't know what this.
and I am.
I'm trying to mute it.
What is
What
that?
in the-
What are you doing?
I'm muting
What,
it.
what have we become?
Yeah.
This is the guy's intro.
We started
Hold
A
on,
to
hold
the
on.
men.
What is that like the pigeon hymn?
Hey, I go buy that kind from you. If I get a little bit money, Bamba go pay you.
That's
okay?
not it.
Oh, that's just them talking.
That's
No,
just-
I accidentally skipped it when I was trying to mute it.
Man.
What kind of intro is this? I doubt he's gonna.
Here's up, my dudes. It's your boy Rainbow Benny, and I'm back at you with a brand new video. And
I feel like he's gonna cuss, so we're not gonna.
Hey,
do
guy.
that. Anyways,
We're doing really good.
I just wanted to hear a white guy try and bitterly destroy it, like with good intention, but just Here we go.
Malachi, spelled Malakai.
Malachi, Ekahi. Listen, this what Eo up inside Kalani say. He said at me, Malachi, I the messenger guy that's supposed to tell the Israel Kanaka about Eo.
Messenger
Eo
guy.
say this to you guys. I get love and aloha for you guys. But you guys say to Eo, hey, how can you say you get love and aloha for us guys? This what Eo say. You know Jacob, your kupuna? You get one brother, Esau,
Big
yeah?
kahuna.
But the people that come from Jacob, that's the Israel Kanaka I get love and aloha for. But the Esau people, I hate them.
Right.
I want them to
hate
walk me
their
through the
manners.
translation process.
Amen.
Instead of
What's
and
John
ins-
3:16?
instead of amen, they end their prayers with Hakuna Matata.
Look it up.
Can you go on the Bible app and like have like Alexander Scorby
He's gonna
read
look it
the
up. Yeah, I
Oh
got it.
my.
Kahuna Bible?
Kahuna.
Wait. Can you?
You can look it up.
What is
I don't
wait? What
think
is
they
this
have
Bible called?
Pigeon.
Pigeon.
Bible verse. All right, here we go. 12 passages. All right. If his offering to the Lord is burnt offering of birds, then he shall offer his offering. Okay, that's not. No, this is about pigeons in the Bible.
That's about.
The Bible app does not have Hawaiian pigeon as well.
They don't
not- I'm
because
looking.
they're racist.
Here we go.
Maybe if they update it.
Hawaiian Pigeon Bible. Here we go.
No.
Here we go. It just popped up on you version. You're kidding.
New version?
Yes, Hawaiian
That's what
Pigeon
I'm looking
Bible.
for.
Read.
Where's this at?
All right,
Let's see.
hold on.
Let's
I have got to try and.
HP.
I'm gonna get the guy to do it. All right, here we go.
There's a translation.
let
It's
me-
literally just God's word.
Oh
GW.
Lord, help this! I want this to play.
Help us.
Please, Lord, help this to
I
be able to
don't
play.
have it on my new version.
They don't have the guy reading it. That would change my life if he did.
Yeah, I
All
don't.
right, well, let me
have it.
try. Hezekiah, he 25-year-old when he come king. He stayed king inside Jerusalem 29 year. His mother named Abijah and her father Zechariah. He do what stay right. The way the one in charge see like earthing his ancestor guy David when do.
Ancestor guy.
I want to hear Alexander Scorby do it.
I don't think they would have
Here,
the voice
everyone
for it.
try.
All right, wait.
Read that first
give me a
verse.
verse.
First
Which
verse.
verse?
The first one. Do the first verse
No,
like
we
I
gotta
did.
do we gotta do the Romans road. We gotta do the Romans road. Romans 3:23.
Records.
Go.
Oh, here's how it's laid out. Start out of Egypt. Priestess. Census. Rules second time.
Rules
Joshua.
second time.
Local leaders. Ruth. 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings. 1 records. 2 records. Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job. Songs. Smart guy.
Smartest.
Smart guys is Proverbs.
Smart guy.
Teacher.
Love song.
Ecclesiastes.
Jesus.
Love song. Solomon. Isaiah, Jeremiah. Sad songs.
Wait.
Limitations. Limitations is
This
sad
is
song.
this is a
These are the books.
this is the books.
Wait.
Hold on.
That is so.
All right.
What's Revelation?
Well, just let me. You
Matthew,
stole my iPad.
All the
Sorry.
prophets.
Jeremiah, sad song, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Jesus, guys.
Jesus, guys.
Acts,
Yeah,
Jesus,
Jesus,
guys.
Rome, 1 Corinth, 2 Corinth, Galatia, Ephesus with an F, Philippi, Colossae, 1 Thessalonica, 2 Thessalonica. And by the way, this is how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Say reads 1 Thessalonica.
Thessalonica. Yeah.
I feel
we're
like
not making fun
I'm
of
not
it.
making
Does
fun
that
of
say
it.
Timothy or Timothy?
Timothy.
Timothy.
First Timothy, 2 Timothy, Titus, Philemon with an F, Hebrews, James, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, Jude.
The end.
Big finish.
What is it? What is
Close.
The
The big kahuna.
Just take a guess.
I
Take a guess.
The last
Doom.
ride.
That's not bad. It has the name Jesus in it.
Jesus.
Doom of Jesus.
Doom of Jesus.
Jesus come back.
It's called this. Revelation, a.k.a. Jesus Show.
Jesus show. The Jesus Show.
Are you serious?
Jesus Show.
Dude, I just want to look at it.
Translators obviously got
All right, here's what we're gonna do. Look up everybody's like favorite
Is that
verse.
that's the name?
Their life verse. Look up everybody's life verse in there.
Psalms
John
119. Here we go.
3:16. Let's get real.
All right, we'll do John
I want to
3:16.
read John 3:16.
This is
my life now.
This
Bless
is an
the Lord.
oasis of. This
Can
is
you? The question is, can you get saved
All right, here we
out of
Can we
this
do the
Bible?
gospel drop through the
That's gonna lead people
with John
away.
14:6?
I don't know why my Bible has this thing.
John 14:6.
Jesus talked to Nicodemus. Here we go.
I didn't get to read it.
God got plenty. Oh my goodness.
What does it say?
Whoa.
Plenty
love.
John chapter 3. I went Pharisee guy Nicodemus, and he went leader for the Jew guys. One night he go by Jesus and tell him,
Teacher, us guys know that you one teacher that come from God, because nobody can show us the kind of awesome stuff you stay do if God no stay with him.
Jesus tell him,
It is
That's
crickets.
right. And I tell you this too. Whoever not born one more time, God knew where.
There's a third
They don't
guy.
get God for that.
Whoever not born one more time, no way.
I don't have the capacity in me to laugh as much as I want to laugh.
I'm confused.
I've gone so far hard to laugh, like laughing, blistering laughing, and then I'm up here. I'm just like, I can't even.
I feel
John,
stunned.
John 14, 1
Hold on.
Nicodemus tell him,
How an old guy can get born one more time? No way he can go
agree.
inside his mother one more time and get born.
Jesus tell him,
That's right. And I tell you this too. Whoever not born one more time from water and from
That's
God's
right.
Spirit, they don't can get God for their king. People born from people, and people's spirit born one more time from God's Spirit. Hey, don't come shocked just because I tell you, you guys got to born one more time, God knew where.
You're gonna.
The wind blow here and there. You can hear them, but you don't know where the wind come from or where they go.
Right.
That's just like everybody that born one more time from God's Spirit.
Nicodemus tell him,
How can be?
Jesus tell him,
You're the main teacher for the Israel people, and you don't understand this stuff. For sure. I tell you this too. I know what I stay talking about.
I know
went
what
see
I
the stuff
stay talking
tell.
about.
But you guys, you still don't like trust what I tell you. When I tell you guys about stuff down here inside this world, you guys don't stay sure what I tell you as for
trying to
real
get to
kind.
16.
Then how you guys gonna stay sure if I tell you guys about the stuff up there where God stay inside the sky? Nobody ever went go up inside the sky. Only me, the for real kind guy. I wouldn't come down from the sky. You know, long time before time inside the boonies. Moses put one snake on top on post for everybody look come and come good. The same thing gotta happen to me, the for real kind guy. They gonna put me on top on cross. For everybody that stay trust me, get the real kind life, they're gonna stay to the max forever. God get plenty love and love for the people inside the world. That's why he sent me, his one and only boy. Cause of that, everybody that trusts me, no gonna get cut off from God forever. They're gonna get the real kind life, they're gonna stay to the max forever. You know,
Amen.
Got this.
That's like dapping up
that-
Jesus right there.
Man, if
when
that,
God sent me, his boy, inside the world, he never do that for punish the people. He sent me forget the people out of the bad kind stuff they stay do.
Yeah, come on.
Dude, when he said,
the
"I
max.
stay know what I talk about,"
that's like
I felt that.
that's
the real
that's when I
kind
felt.
guy.
the way. Get out the way,
Me, the real kind guy.
I'm.
guy.
What kind of
The real
hymns?
kind life.
Like, what
Are
kind
we
of
done with this,
music
or-
do
No,
they
I
sing?
think we should look up everybody's life
We need
verses.
to.
Yes.
Do they have a family Bible size?
Do they have a study Bible? Like, what would the notes be?
Oh
Can we
man.
get
Hit me with
Like a what?
Philippians 4.
I forgot. Like I'm looking for Psalms and it doesn't say Psalms.
John-
It says songs.
John 14.
Songs.
Songs.
Psalm
Song
119.
Sad songs.
Song 100.
Psalm 119:9 is mine. So here
Song
we go.
23.
All right, well, geez, shut up.
The Lord, my real kind shepherd. He lead the way. You have to do it now. Psalm
All right, here we go.
23.
Here's mine. For one guy, how he go and make sure he no go and do nothing palu kind. All the time he stay alive. He gotta make sure he do everything you tell him for do
Right.
as how.
Amen.
David,
You sounded
try-
like you were struggling
Amen.
with that.
Read that.
Yours or mine?
Verse 9.
Read it.
Verse 9. For one young guy, how he gonna make sure he no going do nothing. Pilau kain?
Here's the verse.
Pilau kain?
Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way by taking heed thereto according to thy word.
All the time he stay alive? Question mark. He gotta make sure he do Everything you tell them photo.
That's right.
As how.
As how.
As how.
As how.
Hey,
As how.
capiche.
As how. Hit me with
Psalm
What, do you-
23.
what-
Psalm 23.
what does the Italian mafia Bible say?
They have that?
They have to.
Dude, they got
And
probably
to make a buck. All right, what's yours, David?
Philippians 4:4-8.
Philippi 4:4-8. All right, here we go. K-Den, you guys stay tight with the one in charge because of that stay good inside every time, no matter what happened. I like tell this one more time.
how.
Stay good inside. Make sure everybody.
It's so much longer than the actual verse.
Come scared when to talk to you guys.
No,
Real
8.
nice.
You can skip to verse 8. Oh my God. That's the one I want.
So then, think about all these
Right.
kind things.
I know.
Whatever stay true, whatever God respect,
Whatever get
whatever
respect.
stay spono, whatever no stay pilo, whoever you got a low for, whatever you talk good about, whatever their besties kind stuff, whenever people can tell that's good.
Right.
Think every time about all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. As how.
That was solid.
I don't think I'm the best reader of this,
Oh,
but
show.
I think it's
I don't think anyone is.
I think it's funny.
I don't think
So
you
then-
can be.
Think about all the kind things.
That's his boy speaking right there.
Wait, what was the
His
beginning
one-
of verse 4 again?
That's the
What was
boy.
it?
His one boy, and only boy.
His one true.
Oh, here we
real
go.
One true
Philippi,
boy.
Chapter
The
4.
real-
Here we go.
Hey, my brothers and sisters. I get plenty love and aloha for you guys.
Amen.
And I miss you guys.
And I miss
You
you
guys make me
And
feel
I miss
real
you
good
guys.
inside.
Yeah.
Feel like I get one crown on top of my head. That's why I tell you guys already. Stand strong, people hear the good kind stuff from God. Us all work together at that time. And Clement too. And the other worker guys. All them guys get their name
All things
inside the
work
book
together
that
for
tell
good to them
who
that
get
love
the
God and
real
call
kind
according to
life.
his purpose.
Get in. You guys stay tight with the one in charge. Because of that, stay good. Don't forget tell him, mahalo plenty. Then, God gonna make you guys come so nothing bother you. That gonna be more better than anybody can figure. God gonna take care of you, how you feel, and how you think. Because you guys stay tight with his special guy, Jesus Christ.
Come on.
So then,
guy.
think about
The
all
real
these kind
guy.
things. Whatever stay true, whatever get respect, whatever stay pono, whatever no stay pilau,
Stay
whoever
safe,
you get
brother.
aloha for, whatever you talk good about,
What's everything's good,
whatever
what's
the best
everything's
is kind
true,
stuff,
what's
whenever people can tell, that's good. Think every time
That's
about
good.
all that kind stuff. Everything you guys will learn from me, everything I will give you guys, everything you will see and hear when I was with you guys, go do them. Then, the God that can make you guys so nothing bother you, he gonna stay with you guys.
As
Before
how.
time.
Thank you.
As how.
As
Oh, what do you
how.
got, Harry?
Psalm 23. Top life verse, but I want to hear what he says.
Songs, sorry.
Songs 23.
Oh, we got to look up Job
Is that
17:1.
No, look up Proverbs 7.
Look
Smart Guy 7, what he says.
Smart guy 7.
Look up Smart Guy 7. It says Psalm 23.
All right.
Then look up Psalm 38:7.
Come on, why is this? Yeah, we have to.
Because that's going to be hilarious.
I said we have to, yeah.
I know.
Job 17:1.
I don't know why
Opens with,
it
in
doesn't
King James it opens, my breath is corrupt.
What are emeralds?
It's like
what are
some of-
emeralds in
There's so many good ones.
There's so many things I want to see.
I know.
It doesn't let me, like, sometimes it lets me play it, sometimes it
Sometimes it
doesn't.
says, so the one in, what does it say?
All right,
It says,
the one in charge, he take care of me. Jeliki, the sheep guy.
like the sheep
Like
guy.
the sheep guy. Take care of his sheeps. That's why I get everything I need.
Everything I
need.
Amen.
Jalika, he bring me the full lay down, weed, the choice, and the soft green stay. And take me down by the calm water. He make me come strong on mo time inside. He take me on the... Here, so you do it.
I
feel like I just gave up.
Take me on the bestest trail for everybody know what kind got him. God, even like if I go through one real dark valley, we can make a day. I know go and come scared. That something bad gonna happen because you stay with me. You carry one club for get me out of trouble, and one stick for walk. For show me where for go, and that make me no worries. Cause everything gonna be okay.
Don't worry.
You set up the tables and put food on them in front of me.
About the
For the
thing.
guys that stay against me, see what you go do for me. You put olive oil on top of my head. For show, you get aloha for me. You make sure my drinking cups stay full every time. For sure, you gonna do good things for me. and stay tight with me because I your guy. Every day I live and I'm going to live forever. The house where you live, the one in charge.
Selah.
I can't believe
That's how
David wrote all of that.
David was tight with the one. For
I can't wait for them to see like
can we
the
do
special guy.
Can we do Smart Guy 7? I want to read that one.
Smart guy.
Smart Guy 7.
I want to see Psalm 37 so bad. What are they gonna say?
Hey, my boy.
If you no fool around, you no gonna get hurt.
Why doesn't it let me?
Oh.
Hold on.
Hey, my boy, do the things I tell you for do. Keep inside you what I tell you gotta do. Do the things I say tell you for do. Then you gonna live for real kind. No forget for do what I say teach. Just like you no forget for keep stuff out of your eyeballs. The things I stay tell you, make sure you think about them all the time. Make sure you tie them up on top of your finger. Make sure you write them inside you, just like one book, so you don't forget.
What?
I read down.
Where are we at? Some waheen. Some waheen that not for you.
That's not your wife.
Waheen.
That Waheen, that's not your wife.
We gotta bring that up here.
Then you go stay away from the waheens that not your wife, and you know going to listen to some waheen that know
what is a
from
waheen?
you.
I'm googling waheen.
When she try to talk nice, kind to you, the waheen that like fooling around.
A waheen is Polynesian or Hawaiian for a woman.
Oh.
A young woman, especially a surfer.
One time from inside my house, I went look through the open part of my window, and I see some young guys, the kind guys that don't know nothing.
Don't know nothing.
Then I went and see this one guy.
He kind of dumb.
He kind of dumb. The guy was walking and he go down one street. He right in front of one corner. This waheen house was just before dark. Almost everything black. And you know what? That waheen come and go out by him. She stay where the kind of closes. Like she won a hoa.
She won Hoa.
She won Hoa.
Read the next one.
She acts sneaky kind.
Oh, dude. Read it.
She the guy behind that got that get big mouth and no one like to listen to nobody. She no like staying home. Sometimes she go to the street. Sometimes she go to the park. By all the street corners, she go and hide there for jump out and grab somebody. So that why she come out and grab the young boy and kiss him, and she no more shame when she talk to him. She tell him, "Hey, when I make one sacrifices, when I promise for dough, the kind for show to everything okay. Now, Paul, that's why I come outside look for you, cause I feel real kind, like be with you. And I went and find you." And went and fixed my bed all special kind with fancy Kawalaka kind linen cloth from Egypt.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh my!
Dustin, look up yours.
That's it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in there.
That was hilarious.
That's what.
wonderful.
Job 17:1.
That's what she tells.
Do you think
the
we can
dumb
get Pastor
guy.
Gary on board?
If you stupid, bad
version.
things
Yeah.
gonna happen to you. Look up Job 17.
Can you imagine someone preaching from that?
Well, in their culture, I can see it.
I'm going to.
She went and killed plenty guys already.
All right, I'm going to go to Rome. Rome chapter 8, verse 28, because that's special.
This is fun.
Dude, this is outrageous.
It's just, Jesus, this is hilarious.
How long have we been recorded? We need to get to the topic.
43 minutes.
We'll get there in a moment. We might have given up on that.
We've done this for like
We
an
had
hour.
to do the gospel drop through.
Oh my god!
What? You know, I finna how we stay suffer right now as nothing, cause the awesome stuff God gonna show us by gonna be unreals.
Yeah.
So I have a painful disease in my loins?
No, I was
That was
just
a Romans 8:23.
no. I stopped here because I couldn't. Because the title is "By God gonna make us come awesome." That caught my eye. Sorry.
You got distracted for real?
Yeah, I did because
we're all waiting here.
Sorry, it was a stranger sense of ever. Anyway, all right, 828. Us guys know this too. God make everything come out all good for the people that get love and aloha for Him. God the one when pick them for do what He like them for do, and God get this plan from before time when He tell them. Go guys, be my guys.
go come, be my guys.
Go come, be my guy. Huh?
Read the one that you wanted to read.
Oh yeah, song.
How is he so distracted?
Songs.
Because there's so much material here.
You pass it. Songs.
Oh my, sorry, I'm not in the right frame of mind.
You're not a pigeon Bible
no.
expert.
Is it 38.7? I feel just like I get one fever inside me, and I stay real hamajang.
Wait, you stay real what? Let me see that.
Hamajang.
Yeah, next one is I stay real tired and bum
out to the max. Because I stay sad inside. That's why I stay moaning.
Hamajang.
Hamajang.
Hey, boss, for sure, you know.
Hamajang.
Well,
let's get to the topic.
Amen.
That was fun.
We could talk about this. Could be a podcast.
Because I went and stupid and what was it say? Because I went act stupid and do bad things. All the places I stay bleed. This is what the one you're looking for, stupid. 38.5, right?
No, 38 is it's 37.
I can no stand up straight because real sore every day. I feel sad.
That's it.
That's so. Yeah, this is all.
No, but
all the places I stay bleed. Palau and Ahanas already. Like I know can stand straight.
No, it's 37 because it's like there's a loathsome disease within my loins. Yeah, I don't know what they did, but that
this isn't word for word. This is not a word for word translation.
Man,
how dare they?
Did they go back to the originals?
They might be anathema.
Oh man, that was.
Wow. Well, as you have read on the topic topic is brands. So I don't know
brands. What's your
favorite brand of the Bible? I like the
brands. I mean, there's some things to talk about if we're talking about brands. If we're actually going to get into it,
yeah. Let's just full blow, just get into it.
Yeah, I can jump into mine. Here's what I was going to say. Here's what I brought to the table, quite literally. So anybody who keeps up with basketball players and or shoe wear,
shoe wear.
Yeah, shoe wear. A player in the NBA who plays for Brooklyn Nets goes by the name of Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Who is crazy.
Yeah.
By all sense of the words. However, as crazy as he is, and he says some dumb stuff.
Yeah.
The man makes a really good basketball shoe, or at least he did.
Yeah.
Because the last thing he said got him in trouble, and he got cut from Nike. So I went to Foot Locker, and all of his shoes are like 50% off.
And they're all blessed with jade.
They're all blessed.
So walking through Foot Locker, I was like, hey, my favorite brand of basketball shoe. And it's all on sale because they're not going to be making them anymore. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I have to get a pair. Even though my basketball shoes are fine right now. Because usually when my basketball shoes are, then I buy a new pair.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they're not going to be around by the time my pair...
Right.
You might as well, as well just
stock up
get
now.
them
You
now.
might have some on eBay for expensive.
Maybe one day.
Before we go any further with that brand, that's Nike or whatever, but brands, the idea behind this is branding.
Is when we're all going to brand each other.
Yeah.
Let me get out of the truck.
It's calm down. It's fine on your
the
right
cattle
behind your left
drivers
ear.
knew which cattle was there.
But brands, people spend billions of dollars on creating a certain brand culture. Brand cultures are societies are built on brands. There are some brands that people have postured themselves a certain way to be viewed a certain way, to line up with a certain idea, and it takes tons and tons and tons of funding and money and commercials and whatever. You think Chick-fil-A, you think Christian. You think
Christian
Chick-fil-A, you think
chickens.
Conservative, you think chicken sandwich, you think
closed on Sunday.
Family.
Yeah, family.
Happy.
These are things that they're associated with their brand. You think Starbucks, you think
woke.
Hipster,
liberal, free.
You think of toboggans or whatever they're called, beanies. You think beanies.
You called it a toboggan.
Yeah.
Dyed hair.
Dyed hair. You think a safe space.
Yeah.
You think overpriced drinks.
Yep.
You think,
So all right, so throw out like here's like a fun little experiment. Throw out a brand and let's see if the same thing comes to everybody's mind.
Subaru.
It was like the racer
Street
guys,
race car.
the racer guys.
Yeah, WRX.
I think rally car.
Subaru rally cars.
No, when I think Subaru and like everyone makes these jokes about Subarus, like
Outbacks and Foresters.
Outbacks
and stuff.
Foresters. These people from Colorado.
The first thing that pops into my head would be a rally car.
Yeah,
All right, so I think
also going to date, which is also going to date our
Not now.
podcast because Ken Block just passed away.
not anymore.
really?
Yeah.
I think the overwhelming majority would think of Subaru as a granola cruncher car right now.
Really?
Like a one.
Nah,
I would
still
still-
view Subaru and Mitsubishi as like
Subaru guys. No,
Burners, dude.
Subaru is
No,
like the
that's
largest
Honda's-
sponsor of like World Rally Experience.
I've just always, now I might just be out of touch completely, but I've always seen Subaru as like the granola crunch and we're going to go
No,
hiking.
the Subaru WRX is one of like the most sought after like street
I think
racing
people
cars.
who drive Subarus usually are like, I see like 40-year-old women
I
with
think it's
knee
just-
length like capris. Like
No, I
shorts
usually
with,
see some,
with like what are they called? Birkenstocks.
I usually
type
see like
shoes
some
on.
kind of car junkie kid
it's
who
like the hipster car.
yeah.
I think it just depends on like what we're referring to here because like it's the same thing as like
Look
okay,
up a
if you look up-
WRX.
if you look
I'm
up-
not talking about those. I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm just
yeah,
saying
I
when
get
you
it.
say
But I'm
Subaru,
just
that's
saying-
the first car that pops in my
look,
head.
Right.
if you say Toyota, I'm thinking like okay, like like a car that will last longer than the world will.
I think like a
but then
family
but
car.
if you
Like
throw
a
out
soccer
Prius, you're gonna be like oh, like liberal trash. I'm just saying like
There
that's
are
what's
real
gonna pop in your
stats
head.
behind this one. According to data collected by market research from prior to the last selection, Subaru drivers are more likely to lean Democrat. That's what I was saying. I'm not thinking rally. They might be Democrat, but that's not the people I'm thinking of. Another Subaru stereotype is that their owners like bumper stickers because they're always having like green, go with the earth, whatever that.
Well, there's a lot of sponsors on those rally
I think
cars.
it's just like I think it's just like what idea like when I think of
I
Subaru,
say-
I never jump to the Outback. I
It's
always
not
jump
the
to
first vehicle.
I think of the WRX because that's
Porsche.
cool.
Like a Porsche Cayenne.
I
always,
I
like,
totally understand the argument
So
here
some
because I
rich
would
Italian
agree
guy.
if you're driving an Outback
a white BMW
or
is probably
whatever,
a Persian guy.
you're probably a flaming liberal. But if you're like WRX, I mean, like my buddy Harvey, when we came back from Afghanistan, he bought the new WRX twin turbo. That was the coolest car ever. We went out on like Fort Mitchell and like all the like the trails and stuff, and he was gunning it, and we just hugged the
Okay,
dirt road. It was
all right,
awesome.
Here's okay.
All right, 10 things driving a Subaru. No, this is not the point of this.
But there's also, I understand what you're saying. Like, so, like, if we were to jump back to like shoe stuff, right?
Yep.
If you think,
Well, there's like a lifestyle.
So here, all right. So this is what I was saying. All right, your car loves you, and you love your car. Whatever. You're loyal to your car, to the whatever aging cars, whatever. You're outdoorsy. That's the Colorado idea. I haven't seen one thing about race culture. Your backseat
which
smells
is
like a
the
dog.
most wild thing to me.
I know.
Yeah.
But your backseat smells like a dog. Yeah. One with whatever. Safety matters, but so does driving and luxury. And then there's your sports car, right?
Yeah.
You're not afraid of snowstorms. That's a Subaru. That's Colorado. That's they're all four-wheel drive, whatever. You're getting older, or you're just planning ahead. You're a lesbian. No, I'm serious. You voted for Biden. Okay, but do you understand what I'm saying?
I see, like, obviously,
I've
Not
understood.
one thing in my head says
pulled up,
anything.
I've pulled up receipts. I'm just saying, when you say Subaru, none of that stuff comes to my mind.
So
No.
I think their branding, though, in the last 10 years,
Is
they
to
have
switch
shifted
from
race
racing
culture, whatever you guys are saying.
to
Because
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've heard, just like the Prius, oh, you're a hippie, whatever, you're
Yeah.
a left wing, you live in your
Right,
mom's
but
basement.
but- so
I've heard
that's-
that associated with, I live in Colorado and I'm a granola cruncher. Let's
Right,
go hiking.
I think it
Well,
also
so-
comes down to the audience. Like, look at us. 1, 2, 3. Like,
Yeah.
do you think that when you say Subaru, we're all gonna go, that makes
Yeah.
me think of Biden? We're gonna be like, nah, race cars.
Yeah,
Let's go.
or
Woo!
like when I
You know
think
what
of Toyota, I think of like the Tacoma TRD because that's a pretty cool truck. I think.
I mean, it's
That's fine.
interesting.
That's fine. I do.
Listen.
I think you guys might be behind a little bit in the
like
Subaru.
if you say Jeep, I would think of like mud runners.
Yeah, me too.
Or like that weird-
yeah. So when I say
I totally understand and agree with what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just saying
I get-
that on
yeah.
a personal level, that's not where my head jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, the branding.
They want to be viewed how that article says right there.
What I'm also saying is of the people sitting at this table, we are not Subaru's target audience.
They haven't.
Absolutely not.
So here's how the Subaru Outback has changed over the 6 generations. So yeah, they've changed their audience. All right, let me throw another one at you.
All right, but so if we go through this, right? Because I know that. Let's say if I say, if we're talking about shoes, right? I don't know which shoe brand has the lockdown on like the NFL.
Probably Nike, right?
Nike is their sponsor on their shirt, jerseys, and their gloves usually.
Right.
Gloves they can wear different brands.
Because I know that Nike for the longest time had like almost all of the NBA on lock.
Yeah. Now it's split.
Now
between
it's starting to
Under Armour and
like Puma
Adidas.
is starting.
Puma, who's
LaMelo Ball has a deal with Puma.
Yeah, Ball brothers went with Puma, and then Curry went with Under Armour.
Yeah,
Curry went with Under Armour.
Curry put Under Armour on the map.
Yes.
Kawhi is putting New Balance on the court.
That's it. Yes, we got now. Is that their thing? New Balance. We got now.
New Balance. What there's?
Is that in Hawaiian Pigeon?
Wade was with like a brand.
Dwayne Wade,
Chinese
LeVar Ball guy.
Dwayne Wade had a shoe come out that was put out by Converse. He had a basketball shoe out by Converse.
AI Reebok.
That's coming back.
I almost bought a pair of Reebok pumps on Saturday.
What was Shaq?
Shaq, I think he had he might have had Reebok, but then he made his own shoe company.
I think the biggest point here is that regardless of what category the brand is in, and like you can argue your point whatever you want, everyone has a brand in something that they actually care about. Even if you're a tightwad, like let's say you're a tightwad, you're like, I only buy tools at Harbor Freight. Well, then you're really into Bauer tools.
Well, that's the thing is a lot of people are also defined by the brands that they go after.
You're buying into the brands that define you,
right? If you come across, for example, like if we use the car thing as an example, I naturally lean towards like JDM, Japanese, like style, like a Nissan Skyline or a 350Z. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. But there's other people who are like American muscle all the way. You know, it's like Mustang or die.
Yeah.
There's a culture you buy into.
Yeah. So that, and I would agree. So, I mean, I enjoy all kinds of cars. Like I would not have a problem owning a Toyota Corolla or Camry specifically because they'd last forever. Or like a truck. Like, I would love having a Tacoma TRD. I think it's a wonderful truck. I have always owned, like, Chevy GM trucks, but I'm also not particular. It just happens to be what I bought, and they've been reliable trucks. I would love to have a Dodge Hemi, especially the, like, 2500 6.4 Hemi. Oh, dude,
but that's
cool.
The perfect example there. Is if you take Dodge and Chevy and Ford, like, those three truck guys are, like, at war with each other.
Yeah. Well, but I'd say historically it's between Chevy and Ford when Dodge is kind of like behind,
like
but like
there,
which they might be, but I mean in the sense
I agree with you.
In the sense of branding, people are their personalities are so absorbed into what the branding is. If there's a Silverado sitting in the parking lot, people are like, ugh,
right? Or if it's you get or like F-150. People who have like most people who have bought like a Ford or a Chevy or whatever, they're like. The like whatever they started with is whatever they're gonna finish with for the most part. You know, like I'm like my grandfather on my dad's side is a farmer, and every piece of farming.
You have a farm family?
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, but every single piece of farm equipment that he has is John Deere. If like he won't buy anything unless it's green.
If it's not green, I've heard that. Dude.
Yes.
Side note: this is why. Nobody wanted the TCU Horned Frogs in the playoffs because they're getting beat in the championship game 59-7 with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
That sounds pretty good.
That's why everyone's like they're in that out west conference and they're like they might have invested.
Branding, you couldn't come up with anything better than frogs.
The Horned Frogs.
Horned Frogs.
That's they're out there in their own division, whatever out west, and it's like they're not in the Big 10, Pac-12 or anything. So it's like I don't think so at least.
And they beat Michigan.
Yeah, they beat Michigan. Ohio was the team that would have Well, they almost beat Georgia. It was close.
TCU should have never beaten Michigan.
Yeah, they just crushed them, though. I mean, like,
how should have never happened.
How did they score that many points? Anyway. No, but yeah, branding is so for me. If you get truck culture is, Chevy has always got the stigma of rich white boy.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the stigma is. I understand that there's a battle
Chevy's,
between the three. I just
Chevy,
don't know.
most expensive. Ford, most popular. F-150 is the most popular truck in America.
That's because
car in America.
They have deals with the government. That's why most cop car or like truck like government vehicles are typically Ford.
My point is Chevy is the most expensive. I know this because I haven't looked at them my whole life in different whatever.
That's weird. I always would have thought that Ford would be because I feel like that's like the luxury brand.
F-150 is number one. It's all the work trucks. Yeah. They did like a poll one time.
F-150 is the most
F-150 then
popular car
Dodge Ram
in America. So it goes. Chevy is the most expensive.
Yep.
Ford is right under that. Mm-hmm. I don't know about the Tundras or whatever. I'm just talking about the three big, the American ones, and then Dodge. You can buy a Dodge of Ram. So much cheaper than the Ford and a Chevy.
See, that makes no sense to me because
a few years ago I was looking at trucks to buy, and I just ended up just whatever. I have that old Jeep, that's good enough, whatever. So I priced everything, and it's amazing the difference. But
I would have
Chevy has always been to me, and I think a lot like more of a classy redneck type truck.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ford to me has been the working man truck. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be your high, it's just all the work trucks on the road, all the utility vehicles are going to be Ford usually. Mm-hmm. I mean, the numbers say so. And then Dodge is not the poor man truck, but that's probably what I would buy right now.
In the vein of vehicles, you know who is absolutely killing it in branding? Like to the point where it's like, it's not even a competition, right?
Tacoma.
If I say electric vehicle, what do you think of?
Tesla.
You'd say Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah.
Hands down. And there's other companies.
But it's like they're smart because they pandered it to the rich people.
Yeah.
And then when it's now it's made available, like it became popular through. There was a popular thing to do. All these celebrities are buying Teslas.
Right.
All these rich people buying Teslas. It's a symbol of success. So if I can somehow get a Tesla, I'll be successful.
But it's also everywhere you look. You can't go to a gas station around here.
And they have.
And there's not a Tesla
station.
Yeah. And every electrical vehicle like charging station at like a gas station now says Tesla on it.
Yeah, they're not going to say like it's not going to say Ford or like just be generic.
Yeah.
It's not going to say BP.
Tesla is killing it in branding. And they've and their branding alone, which is why these companies spend, I mean, you're talking hundreds of millions of dollars on marketing and all that other stuff because they know that if they can get their brand to a certain level, it goes from a logo on a shirt to a status symbol.
Right.
Almost. Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like a lot of times.
I would say Tesla is the realistic car that people try to get. Like obviously you could say, oh, wow, I want a Lamborghini would be so cool. But like a realistic car that would be cool to have, I think the Tesla is like kind of like the flex for.
And even then, like the Teslas, in all honesty, Teslas, they kind of look a little boring. But every time you see a Tesla driving down the road, you go, like, "Oh, yo, is that a Tesla?"
Yeah.
And it's like, but like, it's just a plain car,
right?
But like, you see this plain-looking sedan driving down the road, and everybody's like, "Yo, is that a Tesla over there?" And it's like, but it's because their branding is so, it was pulled off like perfect.
No, it was done. It was they did.
All right, so here's some of the. This is crazy. Just like you said. I don't know if they're even on here. So here's the top 10 most expensive like companies who put this much money in their branding.
Okay.
When I say the number one, you're going to be like, absolutely. Something is sitting.
You're saying company? It's Apple.
Companies. Apple. $355 billion.
Oh, I believe it.
In marketing.
But you also hear the jokes like.
Most valuable brands worldwide
themselves.
in 2022 in billion US dollars. So these are the most valuable. Number 2, I bet you guys can guess it. And when you think about this,
Microsoft, Windows,
like GE.
I would say, well, if Apple is the biggest company,
I can order today.
I would
get
probably
tomorrow.
go with the second biggest company,
Amazon.
Amazon's.
What do you think of when you think of Amazon? They're taking over the world, like their joy, changed life.
Because
my life's been changed.
Which is insane because Bezos started it as a book selling company.
I remember when
in
it
his
was
garage.
It's nuts, dude.
And now when you think Amazon.
It's everywhere.
You don't even think about the jungle.
Even internet service providers.
And then we got, guess what?
Internet
searcher.
Google.
$263 billion.
Google's going to run the world.
Amazon, $350 billion. That's right behind Apple. Microsoft, Walmart. Walmart's 5. Samsung. That's you, buddy, right? Facebook.
Well, actually, yeah. Samsung,
ICBC.
Google.
What's that?
Huh?
What's ICBC?
ICU.
ICBC?
What is
International Comfort?
Then there's Verizon. China Construction Bank. They must be killing it over there. Toyota, WeChat.
That's China.
Mercedes-Benz, Disney,
WeChat
Home Depot.
Is like Facebook in China.
I'm actually kind of surprised that Disney's
Home
that
Depot
far
is right behind
below,
Disney. That's
down. Because Disney, if there's anything that I think is more popular for its branding than its actual content, it's Disney. Disney is almost all brand. Disney at this point is just trying to sell you an idea
Tesla,
of what you want your life to be.
That's exactly.
They're selling you an escape from reality.
Yeah, like it's not even. It used to be, hey, the new Disney princess movie is out, or the new whatever is out. But now Disney has become this. Like, if you go to certain places on the internet, Disney is a lifestyle.
So look,
bro, this
is America leading U.S. brands worldwide. And it's, of course, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Walmart. We've got all the big ones.
Here's the thing I read about
Tesla is Tesla, for the amount of time they're getting right now, like word of mouth.
How long that they've been.
Have you ever seen one Tesla commercial on TV? No, but they don't need it.
They don't.
That's what's nuts.
They don't have Tesla dealerships.
You walk into a mall. Yeah, Christiana Mall. Walk into a mall. There's one Tesla in the sitting there, and you walk up and
you want one.
Order it.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing about Apple, right? I don't know if this is 100% true. I probably should have Googled it before I started saying this.
I'll just say it anyway.
Yep. Wow. That's what we're gonna do. I read one time that Apple has a deal with movie companies.
Really?
That the villains in their movies are not allowed to use iPhones.
That's crazy.
Huh.
So that nobody ever sees a bad guy using an iPhone. The connection will never be there.
They give them all Nokias.
I read that they spent like an exorbitant amount of money for that.
That's smart. I never even thought of that.
But it's if you see a villain in a movie,
you think
will
about
not have an iPhone.
Subliminal messages and marketing. It's crazy.
But again, it's like, okay, people are so ingrained in Apple, like they don't even care what the new phone offers. It's a new phone.
Yeah.
Right. It's a lot of times the same phone you have.
And you get minor tweak updates and just.
But you got those big guys, but then you have.
Did you ever see the like, I don't know if it was some late night show host. He literally took like a Seiko watch and like slapped an Apple sticker on it on the back, and it had them interview like, hey, what are your thoughts about the new Apple Watch?
And then people are like, oh, that's so crazy.
It's the sleek, lightweight design.
I saw the guy who went out with like, let's say the 14 just came out.
It was like a Timex
He
watch.
would go out with the 13, even though the 14 just came out, or it's coming out in 2 weeks, and he'd be like, this is the new iPhone 14 that comes out in 2 weeks. What do you think about it? And people would be like, oh, this thing is it's so small. It's definitely lighter. And he'd be like, what do you have? The 13. And they're holding the same phone. And they're like, oh, it's definitely lighter and it looks so much better. And it's just like, bro, that's literally the same phone in your pocket.
Yeah. So clothing in America. You've got, I agree. Number one, this is the most, as far as popular, Nike. Not cheap, Nike. Then you got Louis Vuitton, Gucci,
all
Channel,
those rich people stuff.
Which
Channel is Chanel.
But also like,
yeah, you're right.
People will,
Channel.
I knew that. I always read how I see.
Channel.
I read how I see, and then I have to hear. Like
their branding's not that good. Channel.
Louis Vuitton is like a quick, like instead of buying a nice car, you can buy nice clothing as a really quick status symbol for like a few $1,000s as opposed to a car. But like it is like that is
people. I have to go to a lot of trailer parks. Right. That got some really nice cars.
I'm saying, yeah, true. Well, that's like Louis Vuitton is like that is the goal that most people have. Like that is wealth.
But that's like one of the things where it's like you go to like some of these clothing shops and the branding and marketing is pushed so much. You got guys walking in there spending $80 on a black T-shirt.
Yep.
and it's just a plain black T-shirt, and it's like, bro, I could get that same shirt with less holes in it at Walmart.
Yeah, so
but they'll spend $80 only because of the name that's on the tag.
All right, so that's what we're gonna get to.
Supreme. Do you ever see like the Supreme?
Supreme, bro, and it's so ugly.
Supreme is the culture.
It's so ugly.
You can slap Supreme on anything and upcharge it like 1,000%.
Yeah. Dude.
Now, I put in the WeForm chat in the
WeForm.
Which I found out, by the way, I cannot get.
You can't.
Oh, you can't.
I need the invite again.
I put on Freeform a podcast.
Brandon's not that good.
Or an iPod.
Villain.
That's so funny.
Handing out these green bubbles to everybody I talk to.
All right, so here's what it is. I'm going to play this.
Green bubbles.
I put a whole bunch of links in here so we can keep check this out.
Chain Payless Shoes. They held a grand opening of a luxury
Payless Shoes.
All right, let me try and get you.
Making headlines by the chain Payless Shoes. They held a grand opening of a luxury store with a different name but the same shoes and charged hundreds more for those same shoes. Customers paid. Here's ABC's Kana Whitworth.
Behold, Palessi.
We built a fake luxury store in Los Angeles and filled it with Payless shoes. The guests at our grand opening party had no idea.
Guests invited to check out what looked like a luxury shoe shop.
They're elegant, sophisticated. I just think it's so classy.
And I could tell it was made with high quality material.
A $35 shoe going for $645, an 1,800% markup. Store owners sat on their heels as fashion influencers emptied their wallets.
I would pay $400, $500. Yeah, people are going to be like, where'd you get those? Those are amazing.
Then they're let in on the prank.
These are actually from Payless.
You've got to be kidding me.
Shut up. Are you serious?
But those shoppers were refunded their money and they got to keep the shoes. David, Payless calling it a provocative social experiment designed to challenge today's image-conscious culture. Right. Either way, it was an effective PR stunt.
Yeah.
David.
Clearly a marketing
so like
making headlines.
People are so consumed
all this
with
stuff.
With being like having the status of I spent this much money. It's not even so much that you like what you have anymore. It's the fact of like I bought this, so when people see me wearing it, they know I spent this much money on it.
Oh yeah, and I am so convinced. Like you see these NFL players, these athletes, they come out of college and then they came from rags to riches, and they're wearing these.
I mean, nobody's buying $400 fajitas.
No, they're wearing these just sweatshirts that are way too big, and there's like a $2,000 sweatshirt. It's like, that does not cost that.
But it's only
doesn't cost that.
Well, a perfect example, right? The two most popular basketball players like of all time, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Both of their shoes. But if you go to a Foot Locker right now and look at the newest pair of LeBrons, they're over $200.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it's now just Jordan's to say that
Jordan's at $225 now.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like it's that, and those like
made in China.
Yeah, I'm not paying $200 for basketball shoes, and then I'm gonna go play basketball in them. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not even gonna want to wear them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, sir.
This isn't necessarily totally on the same spectrum as this, but I did discover 2 weeks ago that they make earbuds that translate languages into English for you.
I think Google does that, does it not?
No, I meant like you put these. I'm saying you put these in.
Are you shopping?
No, I just
on the technology.
I did not get to bring it up during the technology episode. I wanted to talk about it.
UN has had this forever.
I've had this for a long time.
Yeah.
It's been bugging him for a week.
Yeah, no, because you put them in, people are talking to you, and then the earbuds translate what they're saying and then speak to you in English. You can change the settings to translate whatever language into whatever language you want.
There you go.
Like you can speak to me in Spanish, it'll translate it into English for me, and then I speak. It's pretty cool.
Well, Kenzie, if you're listening, you know what to get Dustin for Christmas. We were in
what brand are they?
Time Kettle.
Joking, I don't care.
Time Kettle.
You're funny, dude.
New York City.
You're so funny.
Don't you think that's interesting?
I do.
2 billion miles of distance from here to the moon apart from what we're talking about.
Because I knew I'd never have an opportunity to tell anyone about it ever, except for on here.
What are you talking about? You get the opportunity to
You had
talk.
an opportunity. It was 7 days ago.
I did not get a chance.
It's fine. No, it's good. It's good. I think it's good. You would forget if you didn't say something. I get it.
Go.
Yeah. Like we were in,
and that's your problem.
New York City for like the singles thing, and we went to Saks on 5th in Manhattan, and there's like thousands of dollars worth of shoes that are. It's like every clothing name you could possibly think of is there, and just like there's people walking nonchalantly, just walking out with like we had a video scavenger hunt competition. One of the things was like you had to go to this place and try on shoes that were like $300 or more. There was not a shoe there that was under $300. It was like $600 for a pair of shoes, $15,000 for like a bag. It's like what? In the world?
But that's what it's so.
And then we went
honestly,
to the Nike store in Manhattan, and it's like you have like again every person is like the quick success. And again, I get it's a culture you're buying into. Like man, if I buy Nike, maybe somehow I'll be as great as these people.
It's like a complex of like keeping up with the Joneses, which has been amplified so much by like social media and stuff. Cause like there's a lot of times like people are buying stuff just so other people can see them wearing it.
Oh yeah.
And like,
and a cheap flex is Jordans. Like Jordans are a cheap flex.
Yeah. And I'm looking at Jordans.
I have kids on my bus who are like rocking the new pair of Jordans.
There was a guy I worked at in Connecticut at a smoothie shop. There was a kid who walked in on his first shift, and he walked in, and I looked down, and he was wearing Jordans, and I said, "Hey, man," I said, "like it's too late now. You're already here, but you might not you might want to wear your beat shoes to work here because like your shoes are gonna get jacked up."
Yeah,
and he looked me dead in my eyes and go, "Like these are my beat shoes." And I was like, those are $180 shoes.
Right.
What do you mean those are your beat shoes?
That's insane.
And at FedEx, like one guy on like his first day, he's like, it's a dusty warehouse job. Why are you wearing your Yeezys?
But it's all to like flex on people.
Nobody cares about like you're not impressing anybody here in this warehouse.
All right, so what is? I'll go first. Some brands that I like.
All right.
You like?
Listeners,
Can I
are
guess?
you?
Can
listeners?
I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Richardson.
I do like them.
Timberland.
I'm also gonna say Under Armour. Over as your sports brand, you're an Under Armour guy.
Absolutely.
Richardson, Under Armour.
Calm down, it's fine.
I'm gonna say you're a Ford guy.
Yeah, but I would drive anything that's affordable. Anything that like the Ford I drive is 2001. So I literally, if I was gonna buy a truck today, I would buy a Ford. Yeah, but let's see. Whatever. If there was a price difference, like the Chevy's cheaper or whatever.
Yeah. I've never really cared. It just happened by coincidence, forever that I've always.
I'm gonna say local Bible publishers.
Yes. Local Bible. Yes, that's my Bible brand. Yeah, I like the local church Bible. There's probably a lot more. Carhartt,
Haynes.
Stuff that I will like pay for. Boots. I like. Okay, so Timberland boots. They're not that crazy.
Tim guy.
But I wear them every day. I don't even get like the Timberland Pros. I get like the hiking ones.
The branding
mine
on
were
Tim's,
130.
The marketing and branding on Tim's at one point was when I was young. That's what everybody like. Now everybody wears Jordans.
Timberland.
When I was young, everybody had Timbs.
Yeah,
like
but Timberland is
colors.
weird. So you go into Timberland, the outlet.
This
is a Timberland jacket. I like stuff like this. I have a brown hoodie. It's it's just literally brown. It has just a little tree on it. I like that. I think it's simple. I think it's neat. But Timberland is like one of the weirdest brands because they have a corner on the working industrial union construction world.
Right.
You go into that store.
Streetwear.
Other corner.
That's what I mean.
Same exact stuff. And it's like, what?
That's what when I was a kid.
You have on the one side construction jackets.
Never made the connection.
Guys in hard hats and bright fluorescent orange.
That's what when I was a kid, I never made the
picture,
connection that Tim's was construction.
A whole bunch of
really
big crazy jackets and
puffy
these
jackets.
puff jackets.
Because I was brought up like Timberlands are work boots, and then people, and I was confused, like, why are you wearing work boots to school?
Yeah, I
Who
never
raised you?
made that connection.
Now, I owned a pair of Timberland Pros once or twice for work. The first pair I ever got lasted literally 4 months, and they disintegrated. They were the worst boots I ever got in my life.
When I was a kid, Tim's is what the cool kids wore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Seth Hayes like Tim's. So I have Timberland work boots. I just got a pair of Red Wings boots for Christmas.
And their branding is will last forever.
They'll last forever.
Bring
it back. We'll put new soles on.
Yeah.
I like Carhartt. Now, when Carhartt did the whole vaccine thing, they were going to fire everyone off. But Carhartt has the best vests for work.
Yeah.
I wear a hoodie and a vest. Your arms are free. I can still work. Best jackets. I love Carhartt stuff. Like, I really do.
Right.
There's other brands. But, like, I at one point spent $150 on a Carhartt jacket. $140. I've had it for a long time. You know what I mean? It's just lasts forever.
That's like one Jordan shoe.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone, the TV show.
Yeah.
When they got Carhartt to be their jacket, like all the Timberland people. I mean, all the guys on the show were wearing Timberland jackets.
Yeah. And the stock's probably...
Dude, it was Timberland, everything. All the little babies with the Timberland. Like, it's a big thing. Get your baby a Timberland beanie. Like,
I also noticed...
Timberland's big right now.
I also noticed, like, sometimes...
Not Timberland. Gosh, what's wrong with me? I keep saying Timberland.
Carhartt.
Carhartt.
I was going to ask, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't know any like Carhartt beanies. Yeah.
When I was talking about Timberland right there, I meant Carhartt.
I also noticed that sometimes
Carhartt and Yellowstone.
Random things will like shoot up in popularity.
Yeah, like
for
Champion.
no reason. Almost
like Champion.
So there was a time.
Champion was what you got at Walmart.
I want to talk about that.
There was a time a couple years ago, right? Now, I'm a Detroit sports fan, right? So I like the Red Wings. There was a time a couple years ago where everywhere I went, people were wearing like Red Wings hats, Red Wings like shirts and stuff. And I was like as a guy who likes Michigan sports in Delaware, I see somebody wearing Red Wings. I go, "Are you a Red Wings fan?" And it seemed like every time I said that, but what? And I'm like, Red Wings, you're wearing Red Wings.
Like, yeah, they make good boots.
And it was just like, no, people were just like, oh, no, I just thought the hat looked cool. I saw other people wearing it, so I bought the hat.
Yeah, there was a phase where that was.
And I was like, as a Red Wings fan, I was so confused. I couldn't trust anyone.
I also don't think I follow trends very closely. I get confused. People start wearing stuff. I don't understand what's going on.
On streetwear.
I didn't know there was a thing.
Another thing on streetwear is NY. New York.
I heart NY.
New York Yankee baseball hats.
Brooklyn.
Oh, I mean, Jay-Z wore the New York Yankee hat all the time.
The Champion thing, I have a comment on that. When I was in the Army, I took one of my soldiers who didn't have a car to the main PX. It's like a mall. They have like the actual PX, and there's military clothing and barber, food court, all that stuff. And he wanted me to take him there because he had a date with some girl or whatever. He wanted to get nice clothes. Like, okay, fine. So I took him there. And he's looking around. I'm, waiting by the exit. He comes to the front, and he's got a Champion. He's holding a Champion sweatshirt.
How long ago?
3-4 years.
It was the
It
was the boom.
And I was like, that's what you're gonna wear on your date? He's like, yeah, dude, it was a steal because it was like 90, but it had it bumped down to 50. I'm like,
skinny jeans with an oversized Champion sweatshirt.
It was big.
I'm like,
everyone.
I'm thinking like it's a gray sweatshirt with no hood, and it just says Champion on it.
Yep.
Actually, I think it just had like the C.
Just the C.
Yeah, and I'm like, you paid $50 for this piece of garbage.
What was that Marshall boy who came to Vision?
John Marshall.
Remember that
like
Vision
they
did
played
like a
you.
picture?
They made you think you got a good deal on something that cost someone else 1 cent to produce. It's that used to be like the cheap stuff you bought at Walmart. Now it's like some high end.
That was when I was a kid. If you were a Champion, you got made fun of
for being poor.
For being really poor.
Yeah.
Me.
It used to be Walmart's brand.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah. And then it came back. Same way with Reebok.
Yep.
And now that's
which is infuriating because all of the things I got bullied for in school are now what the popular kids wear.
Yes.
Champion was like, I don't want anything but Champion sweatpants.
Reebok it was the cheap lot. So what are some brands you like, David?
So when it comes to basketball shoes, Nike. I like Kyrie's. Of course, he's done. So I'm gonna either have to figure something out or
they're half off. They'll last you like
It's true. It's true. I'm killing it. I'm killing it for the next couple of years, unless he signs with some other shoe company, which he's so crazy. I don't know who's going to want to touch him, but.
Maybe he'll die all of a sudden.
He got anti-Semitic of the year.
I think Kanye
Anti-Semite of the year.
Kanye got that.
Kanye might have won that one.
Which is crazy that the two guys who said anti-Semitic stuff got dropped by Adidas and Nike. That's weird. But when it comes to basketball stuff, Nike tends to be the direction I go. I know a lot of people.
Is your life all just basketball, or do you?
I'm just saying that's the first thing that pops in my head. I know that Under Armour has been growing, but I didn't like Steph's first shoes. I thought they looked ugly, but the newer ones look nice.
Yeah, I had a pair for a while.
As far as like I said, as far as cars go, when like if I'm looking at cars, I do Japanese style cars like the Supra and the Skylines and stuff like that.
I can understand that.
I love that kind of stuff, dude.
I don't really like when you said stuff for me. When I think of like your brands, like you're wearing Hollister, I think of something like that. I think of Spencer's. Just joking.
No.
It's the Amish place?
Spencer's.
No, you're way off that.
Oh, the emo place.
The really messed up, like sketchy place that you. If you even look at your mom beat you.
Here's what I think of, David. I think
there's
of
like a part of Spencer's you could go into, and there's a part of Spencer's you.
I've never walked in a store, ever.
But I've walked in. I've walked in before out of curiosity.
I think of Express.
I do wear Express suits. That's a good call. That's a good call.
Express, skinnier type stuff, which I wear skinny stuff too. I wear thin, slim suits or whatever. I think, I don't want to say ripped jeans.
No, I don't wear jeans at all.
Yeah, you don't.
I
do see you like in like
boxers.
More like I don't know the brands of the stuff that I would see you in. Honestly,
I mean, like I said,
American Eagle. I feel like you'd wear American Eagle.
American Eagle turned into more streetwear recently.
I haven't. No, so the reason I have so many Hollister hoodies,
I like simplistic logos.
I have a lot of Hollister hoodies, and that's because when I started dating Nikki, every Christmas, her mom would buy me a Hollister hoodie.
So what are some clothes brands you like?
Clothes brand,
like if you walk in, there's a hoodie, you're like, oh, that's a nice hoodie on sale.
Express is a good one. But like I'll also walk through. I'm not when it comes to clothing brands. Outside of sportswear kind of stuff, I'm not particularly picky. I'm the guy who like I'll look at something and if it catches my eye, I'll be like, oh,
so like almost every suit I have is a Joseph A. Banks suit. Not because I buy
which
them.
Are good suits.
I don't buy them. My mom or my mother-in-law or my wife has bought them. Suit jackets, suit coats, shirts, and like you can get them for $100 sometimes during the year. So it's like
they always have a deal,
but they're nice suits.
In the spring is like their best deal. Yeah,
I have all my ties are turning into the Joseph A. Bank Traveler ties. Like they're all so I like that. Express I've done for years. I walk into Express all the time, and I love their stuff.
Most of my ties come from the tiebar.com.
Oh, yeah. You've told me that.
But I'll walk through
Carhartt jacket. Would you wear a Carhartt jacket for work, or like is that not your thing?
No, I'm not big on like big.
Thin, I mean, that's just not your brand. That's not your branding.
Like I'm like if Carhartt was like here's a hoodie, sure
they have hoodies, but
do they?
Oh yeah, I've got
they have
hoodies upstairs.
When I think Carhartt, I think of those big jacket, those big like carpenter jackets.
Yeah,
like that are like they always look stiff no matter what.
Unless you've had them for a very long time. That is the key.
I look at Dustin and I think Huck.
Yes, yeah.
The only Hook stuff I have is stuff that other people have bought for me.
See, like they've got like Dustin, like so like here's something I like. I like it's basically like this jacket. This is a rugged brand, Timberland, but it's more of a. They don't usually make stuff like this. Like for my wife for Christmas, I asked for a Carhartt jacket, and I got it. I asked for a Carhartt jacket that is a puff jacket, like any other North Face. It literally looks like North Face. No, it's just a light. It's sort of like this, but it's like a
right.
It looks like a North Face jacket. It looks like an Under Armour jacket, but it says it's this. That's that jacket right there.
Ooh.
So I got that jacket. So I got it in black. But my point is that's not a workwear jacket. And I got the black one, but it's a.
Why is that guy standing like that?
I don't know. It's weird. No, so I like a work brand like that.
Right.
But not to look like I'm not going to wear my brown Carhartt jacket out.
Right.
But I do like wearing something that is a classy version of that. Like, hey, we're Carhartt, we're work brand, but we also have a really nice jacket.
I work hard, but I also come from money.
And it has a nice logo that says Carhartt, so it's like it's different. It's not mainstream.
Right. So, all right,
I like
quickly, because there's a point that I kind of want to make before we close the episode out. So quickly, Harrison, what's your favorite brands?
Nike. And
can we please?
What? I love Nike.
They make good
Nike,
stuff.
I do like Express. I like North Face. Those would be the three. As far as shoe wise, because again, my life is like work, which is a warehouse. So like, it doesn't matter what I wear. It's like just
Skechers.
Yeah. Now
Heelys.
I'll wear like $30 Nikes.
Heelys.
But for like church, Johnson and Murphy shoes go to. I will.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would like the Allen shoes, but like
I have those.
I
was gifted a pair of those.
Allen shoes.
Allen.
Allen Bibles.
Somebody. So a guy in our church, his.
I like this jacket.
Allen Raw.
Bob Ross.
Oh.
No. Anyway,
I know what it is though, because a guy in our church got it as a gift, and they didn't fit him. So he said, "Will these fit you?" And they fit. And I took them, and then I Googled how much they cost, and they were like $600 shoes.
Yeah. So I like Johnson Murphy. I like Tommy Hilfiger. I like those. It's just like I just like stuff I can get at like Burlington. I'm pretty low maintenance. I think it's like Hilfiger's like just like clearances ghosted Burlington, which is wonderful. Wrangler.
Edmunds.
Allen Edmunds.
Anyone know Polo guy here? You like Polo?
I don't like the logo. I like symmetrical logos.
My brother-in-law Travis is like his brand is Polo. Like he loves polo stuff.
I don't like the logo.
Golfs a lot.
Golf.
It's polo.
He wears polos. He golfs a lot.
No, like polo.
Yeah. He wears polos a lot.
I'm asking you.
Polo
you just
is,
said that polo is
by
his
Ralph
thing.
Lauren.
Yeah, but I feel like golfers wear.
I don't know.
A lot of polo.
No.
No.
I don't think so, man.
Golf.
The golf look. I like the golf look in the summer. Like so, if I'm doing something with the youth group, the golf look is what I sort of go with.
There's also the trend of where people wear like fishing shirts all the time.
Yeah, it's a big thing. I also like that's another PFG.
PFG. I see PFG stuff all the time.
I have PFG hats, a lot of hats. PFG. I have a lot of PFG shirts.
Status.
It's just what I like. So, see that though? That's what I was trying to say. That's the North Face.
Yeah, I'd rather get
shell
North Face.
jacket, but it's got it's literally the same, but literally the only thing that's different is the logo. And I would choose that over a North Face just because the culture. It's a
stuck up.
No, it's not.
Stuck up.
It's cheaper than North Face.
Stuck up.
Carhartt is stuck up.
Dustin, what's your favorite?
No,
Harry, were you done?
Go. Joseph.
I want like I'm wearing
shoes.
an Express shirt right now underneath my Calm Down It's Fine hoodie.
Cool.
Go buy one.
CDIFmerch.com or
that's my favorite brand.
It's like casual clothing, like athletic clothing. I like Nike. Casual clothing, I like Express. Higher class clothing, I like Joseph A. Bank and Johnson & Murphy. I mean, I love Brooks Brothers, but their stuff is so expensive.
So expensive.
I've never bought anything from there. Go ahead, Dusty. Let me first say this. Ariat.
Yeah. All right. Let me go. Ariat.
It's like Carhartt.
Yeah. It's like Western wear. I mean, like they're like cowboy big in like the rodeo circuit. They have a lot of I would say the first brand that comes to mind is all of my running shoes for the last 10 years have been Reebok. That's the only shoes, tennis shoes I'll ever buy. I really like them.
Is Reebok on the come up again?
It is. Thankfully for him. His is Ariat.
Yeah, Ariat 100. So I have like work boots or whatever, or even like some dress boots in some occasions, like Ariat. Yeah, totally. I've had Ariat boots like my whole life. Now my favorite dress boots are Dan Post. Those are actual legit Western. They're like $300 boots.
Huh.
It's got the pressed leather sole, wood heel with tacked on piece of rubber.
Let me call Mackenzie and ask her what your style is.
Is there like a culture behind these boots?
Ariat? It's just,
that's a culture.
I mean, yeah, they've made boots for a long time, and they just got in the game like the rodeo circuit early on, so they're a huge them and Wrangler are the big. Wrangler's another one. I love all my these jeans. All of my jeans are Wrangler jeans.
Right.
I have a lot of Wrangler Pearl Snap shirts. I like those a lot. I have Wrangler belts. Wrangler
This is
hats.
the Ariat Wrangler is a horse brand.
So, you guys are all into like the working class.
So, okay,
now
style.
Also, I would say
Which
farmer style
kind of leads me into the point I wanted to make before we close out.
It's the culture you buy into.
Is you guys like buy into like the culture or the specific look, right? Which is it's a thing that I don't care. Like people talk against it, like nobody.
But
if you do it, you're so wicked and stupid.
Everyone does.
Everyone
does
sees someone wearing something they like, and they go, "I want that."
Even like the young guy who's trying to force himself into being like an old man,
right?
He has something he's modeling himself off,
which I
and
love.
He buys those same things.
I love old man sweater.
Except for the one person in my life that I know has never looked at someone and said, "I want to look like that," is my brother. The man has no idea.
I was gonna say Alan.
He just
Ryman.
is like.
I was gonna say Alan Ryman.
Has no idea. Just has never been swayed by a culture trend.
Save a lot of money that way.
Ever. No, you know what? He has. He really likes pockets. He could wear something that just
cargo is his brand of choice.
Your brother cracks me up. Like when I come over and it's just like he has this mound of knives, guns, and books, and he'll move from room to room, and he's got 4 pistols,
he likes knives,
7 knives,
that stuff,
and
not
3 books. And
so
if he could wear knives,
but it's funny because like
it was socially acceptable.
He's so consistent, and it makes him so happy. And like he's just a goober.
So the question I wanted to ask, and honestly, we don't even have to answer it right now. We could think about it and come back to it later. Is to a degree,
yes,
whether people want to admit it or not, we all, and for the lack of a better term, kind of set out like a branding of like ourselves.
Oh, you have to.
Totally.
So, for example, like
Jesus
David
had a brand.
David dresses and acts a certain way so that when you hear the name David,
you think of certain things.
I want you to think of certain things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the branding of what your name is.
Yeah.
So like, I guess without trying to get too deep into it, what is if you were to say the branding of Harrison, the branding of Dustin, the branding of Cameron, what is the brand?
Yeah.
That or the what you want people to think of when they think of the brand of Cameron, Dustin, Harry, David?
Oh, I think all of us would start with. Go ahead.
I have a really good thought on this. Your dad last 2 years ago preached.
I was thinking Sunday. He preached on your heritage. What are you putting in your heritage? What are you creating?
Yeah, I wasn't there. I drill.
Oh yeah, he literally preached on this. I have a goodly heritage. You're creating a heritage.
Well,
your heritage will be read
I'm
about.
talking about when he was preaching on what is it? Where he said like where Elijah put on his mantle, and he's talking about like obviously it's not the same.
What's on your mantle?
What's on your mantle? Yeah. He did that 2 years ago, and that that really struck because I wasn't right when he preached. I wasn't right with God, and that struck a chord. And the first thing that popped, I don't know if you have to cut this or whatever. You can leave it. I don't care. The first thing that popped in my head was when I was in the Army, and I was with my friends. We were like going out to get food, and I was dressed like absolute like white trash, like really old jeans, like stained white T-shirt, like that was because that's where
You're the main subject of a country song.
Anyway, yeah, like old boots with holes in them and stuff. And then my friend Chris was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "You're never going to find a woman like that." And I'm like,
now, Chris.
And then
take that, Chris.
Well,
take that, Chris.
No. Listen, this is
sorry.
Okay, but I was like, dude, they're like, women like me for my natural scent, which is, I just thought it was funny. And it was like, yeah, what do you mean, like Marlboro Reds and Busch Light? And then that was the first thing that popped in my head when he said that. And I was like when I was in the Army, I mean, like people would pick on me for like, as messed up as I was in the Army, people still picked on me for being like the church boy.
Wow.
It's nuts. That just shows you how wicked the world is. Number one. Number two, like I thought about that and I was like, that's exactly like that was the vibe, and that's what I want. That's what I wanted everyone to think. I wanted everyone to know that I smoked a pack of Marlboro Reds every day, and that I drank Busch Light because it was cheap, and I'm a redneck or whatever.
18 miles,
huh, dude?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's what your point was.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter who you are, and you can try to be like, oh no, that's just stupid. No, every human on earth does it. They have a brand for themselves, and that was the brand I was creating for myself.
Now the brand. Now saying the word brand it sounds weird to like say it that way. Like I'm putting forth the brand of David, but like ultimately, like if you boil it down, it kind of works that way. Like that's essentially what you're doing.
The brand that I would go
for Christianity, I think it'd be called. You're kind of trying to create your testimony. That's a better way of doing it, because ultimately when we all sit down here, I know every single one of us is going to be like, first and foremost, we want to be known as someone who loves God.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be known as. I want to posture myself as someone who loves God. Anyone who's right with God, going to the job site,
right.
You want to be known for knowing God.
Yeah.
Be known for, I want to be a friend of God. That's first and foremost. After that, everything else is pretty much just carnal. And we all struggle with, whatever. What were you going to say?
Trying to find the balance of things.
Say, yeah, obviously we all would agree that we want to make the Lord look good. But I was saying for what branding we choose with how we wear, I would say I love Express. And just, a guy who's put together and dresses nice, but not like showboating.
And that's all he cares about.
Yeah, that's all I care about. It's all external.
Right.
But as far as what would I go with brand by what I wear, I like to look nice. I'm not going above and beyond excessive with it.
I'm also big into Columbia.
All
my jackets
You want to
are
get
Columbia.
to the point in the way that you dress and act to where when people look at you, even if they don't have a full-on conversation with you or get to know you,
like he's put together,
they can look at you and they can go, that guy cares.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he just cares. I preached a message a couple years back on Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
And I talked about the name Alexander the Great.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, obviously that man like branded himself.
Yeah.
Like he called himself Alexander
might have been a good
the Great. And
it's pretty ingenious.
I made it the point of the Bible says that a good name is rather to be chosen than silver and gold. And I say your name it's crazy because your name is the only thing that you build up, or in the case of our topic today, that you put a brand on and you build it up and you make your name what you want it to be. And then it turns around and it also defines you.
Yeah.
Yep.
To the point where you choose what the definition of your name should be. And then when other people hear that name, they go, oh, he loves God. Oh, he's a hard worker. Or, he's nice to everybody. He's always happy. These are the things that like you put in the effort on your brand.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's what people are going to, if you don't care and you're going out in the world and you're just like, you're angry all the time and you just look like you come walking into church and you're like, I'm just going to wear basketball shorts and an undershirt, right? People are going to go, oh, like he doesn't care what's going on here. And it's going to be the point where like, if I did that all the time, people would be like, and somebody said, David, people would be like,
yeah. Part of your brand is almost like, I don't want to say not preordained, but okay. If you're a good looking kid, if you're an athletic kid, if you're an ugly kid, if you're a fat kid.
Yeah.
If you're, like fat kids, I've seen them lean into it. Like they'll make the joke first.
Yeah.
Like I'm just a fat slow kid or whatever. And you're kind of, everyone gets a set of cards and then it's like your job to play your cards. So, okay. So I'm athletic, I'm good looking, or I'm short and I'm not athletic.
Over here.
I'm short.
Like,
I'm not.
We're the perfect package.
Yeah. I was not talking about myself.
I know.
I
get what you mean, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm awkward, I'm quirky. Okay, so if you have a good personality in school or young and you're athletic and you happen to be not terribly looking, you're gonna be a popular person.
Right.
If you're a nerd, like if you're an analytical nerd person, they always go to that type person. You don't see like an awkward nerdy person dressing like the good looking, athletic, outspoken, well spoken.
Right.
It just doesn't. People never go, and when they do, that's when it's like it's shocking.
The
Like,
exception proves the rule. It's one, but it even goes down to like kids, like your parents, like when you had friends. And you said the name of one of your friends, your parents immediately would be like, oh, that's a good kid. Or I don't want Cam near that individual.
I have worried about what I...
Yeah, I wouldn't let kids near my kids that wear Reebok.
What if they were pumps?
No.
Are you supposed to answer
I don't buy crappy
No, you don't.
Reeboks. I buy like the free ride 3.0s or
wrap
whatever. The free ride 3.0s or whatever.
This one up. What was your brand? Like, were we supposed to say what we're trying to make our brand?
I mean, we kind of did. It was the question. I just kind of wanted to make the point of like, as individuals, whether we like to use the word branding or not, because you said the word testimony, and that's essentially what we're shooting for.
Right.
Is how would we market ourselves to outsiders and to the other people? Like, you hear preachers say it all the time, like, when people look at you, they should be like, oh, I want what he has.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would say you're supposed to just not take any care for today or for tomorrow. You're supposed to just, it doesn't matter what you wear, but I mean, like, when I see, I'm not trying to dress like a girl, right? So when I see a guy that I don't necessarily know I know what my style is. Mm-hmm. I'm not a hybrid, but I would be like, I do dress up nice on a Sunday to the point where at the gas station on Monday, nobody in our church ever recognizes me when I see them on the job out in public. Yep. Ever. I have a hat on, a hoodie, a Carhartt jacket, work boots, cargo pants. Literally, I say, hey guys, how are you? And they're like, Cameron? Because it's like I go away, church. Right. Like if I'm going out, I'm gonna have a nice polo, nice jeans, nice shoes. But also I'm a worker. So my brand, like I like flatter brim hats, but I also wear different hats. I wear a flat brim hat with a polo because I like the way that looks, and I don't,
I mean, even further than dress. I mean, like, what is it that you put forward so people see like who you are? I mean even further than like the Express suit or the Carhartt jacket. Like, what is it like when the like who you are as an individual you want people to think of when they see you across the room, or they
I don't
like
know.
One of the things personally, like an example, one of the things personally that I tend to lean towards, I want everybody to think that I'm like a happy, funny, like I'm a fun guy to be around. Like, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna have a good time. Mm-hmm. Like, that's one of the things that like I push. It's like I said, it's one of my life verses is rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Like, too many people are down and out all the time. I want people to, when they think David, they go, "Oh, that's a happy guy."
Yeah. You want to be known as a guy that has jelly beans in his pocket.
When people think Dustin on this podcast,
they think, no.
They think
potty mouth.
Think, guy is smart.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
They do, but then they think
he tries to brand himself like he's the dummy.
Dumb.
That's it.
Not in a bad way. Like, the guy's eccentric.
Both extreme.
The guy's eccentric. Like, he's hilarious. That's what they're gonna think of. I don't know. Like my Twitter bio
I hope
says,
that when people look at my life in the podcast, they say, "Man, I really need to subscribe for $4.99 a month." That's
my bio
goal.
says,
when people
I wish he was around more.
That's it. True. Like
my bio in Twitter says Bible believer. So first and foremost, like, to the world.
What was that?
I think it's his
iPad.
Okay.
It's
happened weird. 3 times.
Dude,
to the world, I want to be known as
a
happy, hard worker, good personality, easy. And I think in the job site, I've not met anyone who didn't like me. In other words, because I can be I'm a nice guy. I can be very nice. I try to be someone who is like easy to talk to,
which is a good way to be. There's those people who are like, I try to be easy,
which a lot of people,
and that's just a dumbest thing.
People say, not a lot of people, but a lot of girls would say in high school and teenage, like I was a snob or something.
I've heard,
because I wasn't like going up and talking to all the girls. Well, that's just
changed?
Intentional. That just wasn't what changed.
Yeah.
Well, I think when I got
married.
Well, I don't know. I got married, but nothing changed. It's just I wasn't trying.
You're a lady killer.
She took all the snob out of
you. You broke so many hearts that the only way they could do
to the world. I want to be known as someone who loves God, a Christian, someone who's nice, whatever. To the Christian world, I want to be known as a Bible believer who isn't trying to cause a war.
Right.
But also not compromising.
Right. That's it.
Because one true boy say, "Go do good, be good."
I want to be known as a Bible believer,
the real boy for sure.
Yeah, a Bible believer who can go
as how.
Who doesn't go around to Waheens or whatever it is.
John 14:6 and the.
Sorry.
Are we done?
I didn't mean to cut anyone off. I just had to. Sorry.
Are we done, so?
Can be.
I was going to say something.
Dustin, what do you want people to think about when they think about you?
Oh, yeah, I remember the 3 big things. Jesus, calves, and I don't remember the last one. I had something in my head.
Yuck.
Oh, dang it.
A minute.
Funny. That's what it was. Funny.
I'd like to look like a practice squad professional wide receiver.
I want people.
I don't think that's an unattainable goal. Like,
no,
when
NFL
people,
practice squad receiver.
No. I want people when they think of
real, like that's.
I mean, when people hear Harry, they think steroids.
Yeah,
steroids.
Possibly Jewish.
Vaguely.
I think of Harry. I think of someone who loves God. I think of somebody who is a hard worker. I think of someone who.
Oh.
No. What's the word?
To pay compliments, everybody.
No, I think of someone who.
I think Harry might be
who is. I can't.
A cutie pie.
Ethnically ambiguous.
This is whether I return next week or not.
I think
somebody who you're very funny, but
you're gonna have to say this at a
dry.
So you better get it together.
Dry.
Not dry.
Yes, also
moist.
Dry.
That's part of your personality. That's funny.
Right.
Somebody who sometimes
passes gas.
No, would you stop?
We're making good guesses here.
I can't figure out how to put it
nicely. I don't know what you're trying.
Sometimes it's too
juicy.
Serious, not serious. Like, bro,
determined.
Just chill out on this issue. Like, not an issue, but like. Sometimes we'll be talking, and sometimes we'll be talking, or you'll be talking to people, and you're so passionate about something, and it's like, I don't think that really matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
adamant about things that don't matter. I heard bullheaded.
Yeah.
Who said you were bullheaded?
I would say
my mom, my pastor.
I don't know.
But also my granddad was said. I heard bullheaded.
Everyone I've ever met
about me, and then I went to visit my grandma, and it's like, yeah, your granddad's so bullheaded. I'm like. Must run in the family.
Yeah. I think maybe
very steadfastly minded.
Steadfastly minded, maybe.
Opinion.
And maybe when you were a little younger, you would like say something about something, and I'm thinking that's not going to matter to him in a few years. Like whatever he is talking to me about.
It was his most important thing in his life.
That's not going to be something that he's going to have. He doesn't need to die on that hill.
I die on a lot of mountains.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that hill, he doesn't need to die on.
But here,
I don't budge.
And so when
I almost
very hard to convince me again. Otherwise,
yeah. So and I know we all have this, but that's
Ruth.
something I would think. It's like that's not something you should die on.
Yeah, die on everything.
That's good. That's die on everything.
Yeah, die on it.
I've died on every hill. No,
you know how many swords
died once.
You know how many swords I've died on? I've fallen every sword.
You show me a sword, I'm falling.
I wonder what
taking it myself.
I wonder what the Pigeon Bible says about King Saul killing himself.
I don't know, but David, I think David
himself for show.
David, I think
he fell on that tang.
Eccentric.
We're not starting off well.
No. Eccentric's good.
I just wanted to say
I like eccentric. A lot of other people do not.
A different style of dress. He intentionally dresses different.
I wanted to say
I'm not done.
A Bigfoot enthusiast who loves to interrupt people is what I look at when I see Cam.
I've always thought that he was single and is looking to Christian mingle.
David, I think funny. I think loves God. I think consistent.
Mm-hmm. Proportionate.
That's something
nose.
I want to be known for.
Consistent.
I want to be because people have said for years like
you're the only one that hears me.
I wonder if the Manta Rays are going to stay the same. Church, music, ministry, and it's been 16 years and we haven't changed a thing. Praise God, glory God. Yeah. I'm serious, but like that's something I'm always like. You. I want to be known as someone who's consistent because I feel like a lot of guys or young guys, if they get any amount of any spotlight, they take it and like not even spotlight, but if they're any type of
they change the.
They start bringing Christmas trees in their house, worshiping deer on the
and
wall.
I just want to be known as someone who.
Mess.
Okay, you don't have to change.
20 years from now.
Yes,
I want to say one of the biggest ones I shoot for is loyalty.
Yeah, you are very loyal. Very loyal.
I think that's one of the biggest ones I shoot for.
I think
I want to be a ride or die.
Yeah, you are for sure. I want to be loyal.
1,000.
1,040.
Yeah, that's 1,000 episodes.
That's almost a gigabyte.
What?
20 years from now would be
20 years from now,
1,000 episodes in.
1,040 episodes.
Easy.
Anyways.
Light work.
Sorry.
Hopefully we're not here.
Thank you guys for all the kind stuff you said about me.
I just wanted to say that Harrison, sorry guys, might be the funniest person on the podcast because I think I almost come to a point where I, pee a little bit before, like when he says stuff.
I do too. I think so too.
Harrison. When I think Harrison, I think he makes people pee.
Put that on my funeral.
Please don't put it on my tombstone.
Cam,
Harrison, he made people pee.
Cam, don't cut that. Leave it in there.
Though I made you weep before.
That's a thumbnail for the episode. If you hover the video, it says Harrison makes people pee.
I am by far the least funniest and the least smart on this podcast.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's 100%
I'm
true.
definitely the least smart on the podcast.
When we used to Blaze last year,
funniest, funniest,
best looking, Cam.
It has to go
tallest.
Yes,
I'm tallest,
darkest, and handsomest, and Italianist.
The funniest,
the most fatherly,
the best assistant pastor at the table.
The most fatherly.
Funniest. It's got to be between you two. But Dustin's funny, but it's like it's not. It's not the
types.
quirky humor.
It's different types.
It's just
but straight
stupid.
up, just humor. Like one-liners stuff.
Stop all those compliments.
It's got to be. Harrison does a lot of.
Harrison's really good at the
But then
one-liners.
David's I think is the funniest. Like just pure.
What did he
pure
say
humor.
at the youth rally when he woke up? It was hilarious. I just don't. What was it?
So funny.
Now the
And
funniest
people would never like.
No.
I don't know. They just don't. I don't think people see you as
funny,
hilarious.
At the youth rally, you woke up on his futon in his office.
Yeah, you said.
he was like, oh, I was gonna run laps today, but I slept on the futon weird. He was like stretching.
There went my lap. I said there went my lap running.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So he literally woke up. That was the first thing that popped in his head. Well, I thought he was gonna hang out with us that night. Like we're all up there, just a bunch of adults and a few teenagers playing Nerf till like midnight. I'm like, where's Harry? He's been asleep for hours.
In bed.
Sorry.
Oh, it's funny.
So yeah, I mean, I
want to be a leader. I want to be known as a leader.
That would be good since the position you're in.
No, I mean like as a person, wherever I am at, I do find myself like okay, what's going on
captain.
here? Like I find myself in that position, and that's a role of life. Like that, but you don't want to be. Like I do start stuff. I'm like a header up, or hey, let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
Let's do I do that stuff, but I want to be a good one. Like I want.
Right.
You don't have to demand the attention of everything.
Yeah. Yes.
Like if nobody's stepping up, you want to step up.
The worst
it's not
thing-
like you're seeking to have
The
to
worst
be in
thing
charge of
ever
everything.
is when you have that in you and you are filling in like last night at the Valentine with the thing. Like something need to be said, so it's like, okay, so no one's gonna do this. I know the pattern. I know no one else is gonna step up. I'm gonna step up and get this done. I don't want to, but then you do it, and someone's like, "You always have to be the center of attention." It's like, not at all.
No, I lean into it. I go, yeah.
I do
It's
not
better
want to be. I really don't want to be.
When
the
you
center of attention.
disagree with these stupid claims people have, they're like, oh, like I know some people they're like, oh, now you want to hang out with us, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I stopped hating you today.
Yeah,
and then they're like,
stupid.
I stopped hating you.
And then it's fine. Literally, you just have to. Yeah, you're right. I hate all of you. I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
Have you guys?
But I'd like to say, not to toot my own horn, I think I'm doing pretty good because Amaya at church thought I was Jesus. So,
your church?
At church, yeah, in the nursery. Her
Amaya.
Yeah, Amaya.
I thought you said my church.
No, Amaya. No,
that is cultish.
I missed that
no.
announcement.
Her mom asked her like,
Cameron,
"Who's
you
that?"
need
And
to
he's
be a
like,
better leader.
"That's Jesus." And I was like, "You're close.
like him.
You're close."
Almost.
Made in the likeness to flesh.
Yeah.
All right,
All
I guess
right.
we're done.
Yeah, we're circling here.
All right, I got the gospel. The Bible says in 1 John 1, 1 John 5:12, he that hath the Son hath life, and he that hath not the Son of God hath not life. These things have I written unto you that believe on the name of the Son of God, that ye may know that he have eternal life, and that ye may believe on the name of the Son of God. We've talked about, first of all, the Pigeon Bible. We talked about brands. We talked about what you'll spend, what you'll, the stuff you possess, anything you can get, anything you like, wear to look a certain way. But ultimately, none of that stuff matters. Like, literally, it doesn't matter. All these things we're talking about are earthly vessels, earthly goods that you can't bring with you. All that matters in life, and this is not just cliche, he that hath the Son hath life. This life will end, and a new life will begin one way or another. You're either going to wake up when you die in heaven or in hell. You can't have heaven, believe in all the good stuff, and there's a God, but not believe in the hell. There's always an opposite to good and an opposite to evil. If you don't have the Son, if you don't have Jesus Christ in your heart, you've got nothing. You can drive a Tesla. You can wear, Gucci. You can have all the best brands in the world, but if you're not branded with Jesus, you will spend eternity in hell. And that's real. Look, maybe you're doubting your salvation. Maybe you're not sure if you're saved. Maybe you know you're not saved. If you don't have the Son, you don't have life. But when I was a 7-year-old boy, I realized I was a sinner. I realized I needed a Savior, and I realized that Savior was Jesus Christ. I accepted him as my Savior, and because the Bible tells me, these things have I written unto you that believe on the name of the Son of God, that ye may know that ye have eternal life. And anytime I doubt my salvation, I know there's Christian kids who listen to this, I put my faith and trust in the Lord Jesus Christ. It's no harder than that. And I know I have eternal life because the Bible tells me so. How can you know? Well, how do I know if the Bible's the truth? And the Bible says that if you have the Son, you have life. Doesn't matter about anything else. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. We love you. Hopefully, part of your brand is the Calm Down, It's Fine podcast. Get some of our merch, cdifmerch.com, or email us for a hoodie at calmdownitsfine@gmail.com. We love you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, give us a review. Until next time, peace. It's fine.